last time?
It's a pretty quick game in terms of recaps. We started this session fighting the trolls, and we defeated them, including a dire troll and some rot trolls. And then we scouted the cave and found, among other things, a group of adolescent trolls that were hiding in the back of the caves. And they were quite hostile, appeared to be already sort of indoctrinated into their culture, as it were. Donnie approached them and chatted with them. He sort of gave them some tough love while we were discussing what to do with them. I cast Comprehend Languages on Ivor as a ritual. There was a bit of a tense conversation around what to do with them, and I will recap the conversation now. I suggested first giving them to the Frost Giants to raise, which everyone immediately said would be a bad idea because they were blood enemies. Particularly, Ivor pointed out that the only raising, as I wrote in the journal, that was likely to happen is their heads on pikes, and they'd be murdered pretty viciously, probably. Theo brought up the idea of getting the trollings to Rotbro, or getting Rotbro here, but I argued, among others, that that would be difficult. Even if we had the resources, it wouldn't really be possible to do very easily. And then it was pointed out that perhaps Rotbro might not want them. Ivor also pointed out that we don't have the ability to constrain them or hide them until Rutbro could get here necessarily, because we are expected in another fight in a few minutes. And then Betha suggested that maybe we contact Rutbro just to ask for his advice since he's a troll. But I was a little worried about the cost and resources of trying to explain it and the possibility that it might cost multiple third-level spells. And the fact, again, that we have a battle to come shortly. Donnie seemed to lean toward leaving them to their own devices based on what he had said to them. But Beldani and Ivor both pointed out that that might pose a problem, as they would be inherently drawn to evil, already sort of in possession of the indoctrination into their cult, and also have a really good reason to hate us and every other humanoid, potentially also the Frost Giants. And so if we left them here to not be, or to their own devices, the possibility that they might show up in the Frost Giant camp and murder all the Frost Giant children is not out of the realm of possibility, and we would be responsible for that. So, Beldani, through body language as much as anything, suggested that perhaps poisoning the water or murdering, in Theo's words, would be the best course of action, to kill them mercifully now rather than to let them die a grisly death from either exposure or exposure to the Frost Giants, or to be in turn responsible for whatever actions they might perpetrate on whomever. So it seems like we're in something of a position of responsibility for what happens next with them. Got into a little bit of a heated argument in the course of these conversations. Theo, in particular, was sort of most vehemently protested against the violence against what I think he thinks of as innocent younglings. And I think Ivor was sort of taking point on the opposite argument, which was that not being the agents of that death didn't necessarily absolve us of the responsibility for their deaths, which could be a lot more painful and grisly, or again, complicated with the deaths of others. So that's where we left off. I was in the midst of casting Rary's telepathic bond when we stopped. We know that we have to get moving because we have only about an hour to act on this, as the Frost Trolls wish to quickly attack the abominations.
Yeah, so I believe you had taken a short rest, right? As you had been kind of exploring and talking about all this.
I don't believe you had ever confirmed that we had completed it.
Alright.
There's definitely an intention, but I don't know if it was done, yeah.
Well, if we have people who do need short rest, I can cast catnap on a couple people if we do want to just get moving.
Well, it's been about. I think it's been about half an hour. So if you take another half hour, you can finish a short rest.
And
guess-
I forgot to say that, as Jarvis just pointed out in the chat, that we did gain a gem that we don't know what it is yet,
Yes.
and a potion as well.
That's true. I don't think you identified those yet.
So I
Well,
would
we-
probably do those during the rest. I think it's worthwhile to have an actual rest, because we did tell the giants we would be doing that. I mean, they don't know how long this fight's going to take anyway.
Yeah.
If we're finishing up a short rest, could identify the potion while she's identifying the crystal. I think we can do that with alchemy tools.
Yeah. Let me get you that.
And we have to figure out what to do with this moral dilemma.
Another option has come to mind, and that would be getting these troll kids to sign a contract that says that we won't spare their lives if they choose not to visit harm upon others. I don't know if they even know what a contract is, but it is perhaps the one way that we don't have to kill them, but we also don't have to let them kill people.
How would we enforce such a contract?
It enforces itself.
Do you mean they would instantly drop dead?
Something like that.
Alright, so who, you said Theo, you were doing the potion identify?
Yes.
Alright, I'll send you the info on that.
I'm gonna take a long look at Ivor, and then I'm gonna just nod once.
I guessed right.
And the gem is. Do some copy pasta here.
Happy pasta!
Copy pasta.
Donnie, how often do you use bonus actions?
Getting the important questions here.
Well, generally, this is something that if he doesn't use that too often, he could greatly use this in the giant fight.
I have my. It's basically second wind. Rage is a bonus action, and then yeah. I mean, I don't have a ton of them, but I definitely have.
Potion of fire breathing?
That'd be fun. I mean,
Yeah,
Johnny would
that
certainly
sounds like
enjoy it.
something you would enjoy.
Yeah, certainly Johnny would enjoy it. Don't know if I'd necessarily use it in the next battle, but I'd certainly love to have it with me.
I was thinking, don't they have a regeneration that we need to try and shut down?
They do.
If so, this would give you an option to deal fire damage during a turn whenever you're not using bonus action for something else.
I'd take it.
It's that, or Theo's just gonna take it so he can feel more like a dragon. So yeah, you use it.
Potion of fire breathing.
Yes, sir. If Zayla is okay
Or
with
fire
that.
breath, I'm guessing. I'm just making sure I'm adding the right thing to my inventory.
Yeah,
I think
potion of
it's
fire breath.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get it for,
Got it.
For some reason,
can-
I can't ever pull it up on the in-game compendium, only the out-of-game one.
Right, I still
You
have a potion of water breathing on me. Just never had a reason to use it yet.
So you get like 3 charges of breathing fire from that, I think.
Yep.
Or an hour to use it.
I will hold up the sapphire to the light and say, as far as I can tell, this is also sort of a one-use type of magical item. It seems to contain a mote, some sort of elemental energy. My best guess is air. I believe it would summon an air elemental. Something as if you had cast the conjure elemental spell, and then of course it's just gone.
I have so many ideas to incorporate that into making a magic item or big contraption. But
Oh.
probably be good for one of y'all to use while in combat instead.
Do you think it's possible to do that, Theo?
Yes, there's been a few examples of using elementals to help fuel bigger engines or magical contraptions.
We'll toss it to you.
Deck save.
Oh crap.
No, I'm just kidding. You're fine. So yeah, the extra half hour would pass. If you want, you can spend a short rest.
Amazing.
As your abilities return and you heal a bit.
I think we have the ability to avoid evil altogether, Donnie.
42 answered everything. What's the actual name of that item?
Which one?
Fit crystal?
Elemental gem, blue sapphire.
That is correct.
Ooh. I like the green numbers when we're rolling hit die. I like the green numbers in general.
Playing a paladin on Wednesday and green numbers are so exciting.
A lot of hit die.
I'm gonna do my arcane recovery.
Nice.
Alright.
And I have cast Rare's telepathic bond on all of us. So that will last for an hour, I believe. Hold on, let me just double check.
Theo spent the last 30 minutes on how to use this gem to power a flying ship.
Yeah, 1 hour. So, what time is it, Lou? I'm gonna put it into the spell effects.
It is 11:30.
I'm jealous of those spell slots.
I keep forgetting that I don't have that macro whispering on this game. I have its macro whispering in all my other games. It just saves me opening my character sheet.
I cast that at the end of the rest, so that it will be active for the next hour.
I used 1 6, 1 5, 1 4, 1 3, and 1 2 in that fight.
I'm jealous.
Right.
Well
Spin
then.
spot.
Yeah, having a rest, I think it's best we decide at last what it is that we intend to do with these trolls. It seems to me like there are 3 somewhat equally unpopular opinions. 1, we should leave them alone. 2, we should dispatch them. 3, we should contract them so that we can leave them be and they will not bring harm to others. What do you all propose we do? Take a vote or such?
What do you get out of that contract?
Nothing. It is simply a conduit to guarantee something for their benefit and to also guarantee something for our benefit.
I think it's the best compromise, to be quite honest.
Can I insight check him? And what's his devil doing?
His devil is just kind of sitting on his shoulder if you're close to him.
Can I use the help action on Donnie?
Insight. I don't know the answer to either of those questions. So.
Hello?
Oh, I was muted. So his devil is still sitting on his shoulder if you're near him. Doesn't seem like he's doing anything, it's just sitting there. It wasn't there earlier, so it must have come in at some point when you weren't looking. What's your insight for?
He had asked what I get out of the contract, and I had said nothing. It is just a conduit to guarantee something that is benefit for them in exchange for something that is benefit for us.
Yeah, so you can do an insight. So with 6, I mean, you don't think he's trying to be deceptive, although it's hard to tell. I mean, generally with contracts, actually, I don't think Donnie knows much about infernal contracts, right? Does he have Arcana?
Not Arcana, but I do think we had talked about in his past, and that was a little bit of Tyr and what he was against to some extent.
So, I guess if you're thinking about it, your axe would say infernal contracts and demons are not to be trusted. They twist words and create trickery to get people to sign away their autonomy.
And so Donnie would say something to the effect of, you may believe that, but an infernal contract is never to be trusted under any circumstance.
So then, what would your vote be? That we leave them or that we kill them?
Pretty said. They do as they choose at this point. They're on their own. Good
Don't
or
think we
bad,
can do that,
they will
Donnie.
come out as
Not-
balanced.
Not in good conscience. We would have to tell the frost giants about them, and that would mean their deaths.
I don't agree that we have to tell anyone. We've done our duty.
Would you leave a poison dart out for anyone to touch?
That's a false dichotomy.
No, it's not. These are a sharpened weapon that we would be leaving who would have a blood grudge against the frost giants. It was made quite clear.
These creatures are evil leaning even before they watch humanoids slaughter their evil parents. They would have been led violent. They would have led violent lives no matter what, and we've ensured that they are probably all the more violent in retribution for what's happened here today.
I've said my piece. What you want to do at this point? If you want to slaughter them, that's your.
I do not support slaughtering them, but I think that the contract is a possible solution.
I prefer
Very well,
the
it
devil
seems-
I know to the devil I don't.
Oh, that would be me then. So we have Donnie in favor of the contract, myself in favor of the contract, and Beta
That's
as
not
well.
true. 1 second, Ivor. You're twisting the words just like a devil would.
How many devils do you know?
1 is more than enough.
Well, then you trust the devil you know.
Well, I think we know the one that's on your shoulder as well. Not that we know him well, but I guess that would make 2.
Zalia, what is your opinion on the matter?
I am in favor of a compromise or anything that will move us along, quite frankly.
Beldani?
I will defer to the group.
Theo?
I'll leave him be, let the giants deal with him later. That's part of the balance of trolls and giants. It's...
Very well, it seems we have a vote. I shall go and speak to them.
Counted 2, 4, and 2.
It
2
is
for
their
leaving
choice.
them, and 2 for the contract, and then 2 undecided was my count.
Who's undecided?
Beldami.
Oh, yeah, but so
Well,
Beldani
no.
is abstaining, so then we have a 5-part vote. I'm in favor of a contract, Beta's in favor of a contract, Zalia's in favor of a contract,
Okay.
and
Betha,
then...
you were in favor of the contract?
I was.
Yeah.
Okay, Zoe. Okay, yeah, sorry,
No.
I missed you.
Yeah, I counted
No
2
worries.
and 3.
Donnie
It
and
was
Theo.
Theo in favor of leaving them, and then the 3 of you in favor of making deals with devils. Got it.
Donnie and
Theo's,
Theo.
Theo's agreeing with Donnie. Player thinks Beldani already spiked the punch.
We're gonna find out.
I mean, people are sending me whispers. Who knows what they say?
Dun dun.
Ultimately, they will have to agree. So if it's laid plain, they will be able to decide for themselves.
Not how devil contracts work. You should be smarter.
Don't
than
think
that.
children should be prospected with devil contracts either, but it's better than just straight killing them. But I am in agreement with Donnie where let the natural course take its course type of thing. I don't want us to be directly involved.
So,
Alright, so I did
got it.
cast comprehend languages on Ivor, but I did not cast tongues on him, so I will cast tongues on him.
Okay.
Perfect.
You can now speak giant. Yep.
I will approach these 4 young trolls, and
They growl
I'll
at you. looking threatening.
I'll say, there's no need to be violent. I've come here with a proposition.
Give me a well, what are you gonna say to them?
Okay. I'll say, we're in a bit of a situation here in that we cannot simply let you go because we know that you will enact your vengeance on people who likely don't deserve it. And, given that, many of us were inclined to kill you outright, but that also does not leave a good taste in our mouths. So, the alternative would be that I have access to magics, which, when combined with a contract, will guarantee that you are able to leave and that also you cannot harm others. Is this something that is preferable to you against, well, death?
Give me persuasion or intimidation at disadvantage. Your choice. So they growl and kind of maybe like keep you or trying to put their hands forward threateningly.
Sure, okay. I'm going to use the one inspiration that I have for a persuasion check.
Okay.
And you said that was originally disadvantaged, correct?
Yeah, they're still mad
Okay.
that you murdered their family.
I believe it. I also have a thing on standby.
Okay. So that's that's a 21.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This seems like this is pretty important to the group, regardless of. I think I'm very convinced that this is the best option. So I don't even know. Yeah, we're just gonna send it just for good measure.
Oh.
Hot damn.
31.
Ooh.
So a couple of them are growling, but one of the maybe a little taller ones steps forward and would say in giant, "What is contract? We not kill?"
That is correct. You can kill simple animals, things that do not have sentience, deers and such. I expect that you need them to survive. But anything that can speak, you cannot kill.
Unless out of defense.
He says, "What if they attack us?"
Then you can defend yourselves.
The others are kind of cursing at you and sneering, and he kind of calms them a bit and says, "If that is what it takes, then yes, if you promise to leave, we shall sign your contract."
Very well. And I will snap my fingers dramatically and materialize a contract and whip it out and demonstrate before. Sign here, please. Date here, please.
Okay. 1 moment.
Way to nip everything in the bud. Tell them also in the contract to not feed themselves to giants or any of their descendants.
Oh, that's their fucking problem.
Hey, that would cause a lot of problems to be solved right here and
No,
would
that's-
piss off a dark god.
He means because it causes more abominations.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
I
make
know.
sure
Yeah, I
no
figured
more
it would.
everlasting ones pop up in the future.
Hmm.
Theo is very long-term thinking with a lot of his shit. Like, hey, let's try and help the next generation out too.
That's a good question. Good question. Let me think on it. I mean, I don't want to. I feel like I've. already
If they
made my
try
pick.
to, their bodies turn to ash in the giant's mouth and their soul goes forfeit to you. If that makes it more tasty for you.
That wasn't Tinder. That was me asking you.
Oh,
Yeah, that was just me because
No.
You okay?
yeah.
Okay.
No.
Gotcha. All right, so the trolls are kind of confused as they're not too knowledgeable on signing contracts or what's involved, but they would agree. So they're agreeing that they can hunt, but they're not allowed to kill anything. What did you say? Intelligent, or that can speak?
Anything that
Unless
speaks a
it's in
language.
self-defense.
Yep.
Okay.
They're gonna be binding things' mouths before they smash their heads.
mean, it understands their intent. So.
Yeah, but devil contracts are very to the word.
It's true. So. That would be
I love
leaving
contract
it,
shenanigans.
that would be leaving it a bit vague, but
They would have to do a intelligence check to see if they even figure out that loophole.
What loophole?
They could just bind something's mouth because then it can't speak and then smash its head.
We'll say anything smart enough to speak a language.
Yeah, the original wording meant the ability, like the
The ability to
capability.
speak a language.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
And
so if the contract understands intent, then would that not apply? Or
what would devil
Well,
contracts
are
if it is
pretty-
very
Ah.
keyword is the
I
meaning?
mean, this contract is actually like 5 pages long. It's not as short as he said. Devil
Gotcha.
contracts are extremely in depth.
Okay.
Contracts, so it kind of goes into the minutia of speaking and language and.
okay.
If you bind their mouth, there's still an
Yeah.
intelligent creature that can
There's
speak.
there's all the small like loopholes and everything that it's trying to account for. Do you want to set like an intelligence barrier of like how high the intelligence of the creature would be, or just any type of speech?
I guess I would say, I mean, without getting... I mean, my gut reaction is 6, because I think that's the threshold for many such details. But I don't know if that's too meta. Well, I guess you asked.
That's what
So.
he
Yeah,
asked.
it's for the fine print of the contract. Okay, so you kind of set it around 6 for the ability to speak, and they're like, they seem okay with that. They're still angry, but the older one kind of convinces them that you can kind of tell he realizes that they're gonna die if they don't if they don't go along. So he agrees, and they would all make little X's with their fingers using ink.
Is it ink?
I guess.
Just
yeah.
checking.
I'm
Okay.
not sure what else they'd use unless you want to.
Well, no, I wasn't sure if this was like one of those cotton. Well, that's exactly it. I wasn't sure if this is one of those contracts where you had to like prick your finger.
I'm gonna watch all this, and then when it's done, I'm gonna turn around and notice that Theo's not with us anymore. Where did Theo go?
Yeah, you're not sure. Did it? What's I guess who has the high perception? Is that Betha?
Well, Donnie.
I would have probably
Yeah,
told Donnie
yeah.
before I
Both of
left.
Okay, so yeah, you might have noticed him like walking towards the exit of the cave. Whoever, probably. I mean, he wasn't trying to hide it, so probably if you have like a 12 or over, you'd probably have noticed.
Gonna go schmooze up to the giant some more.
Just kind of walks out. All right, so yeah, you while they're doing this, you go out to the giants. They kind of set up a little I don't want to say beachhead, but like a little base of operations here. As they have some scouts watching out, you would see Kavara kind of talking to some of her people. As you come out, one of the giants whistles and she turns to you saying, "Is it done? Is everything taken care of?"
I think since Theo went out ahead of us, he would have a chance to speak with the giants if he wants that chance before we arrive.
This is Theo. Theo just
Okay,
got
good.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not outside yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's handled. Rest of the group's dealing with the last of the stragglers. I wanted to come in and check with y'all while that's being handled.
Says you've killed them all, none of them escaped.
Killed all the ones that we saw except for a few stragglers, which the rest are dealing with.
Give me
And Theo just sounds blah right now.
give me a Are you trying to be deceptive, or I guess you're kind of trying to be deceptive. Give me a deception check.
Sure, we could say deception. Let me check and see if I have any more. Yes, I do. I'm going to use a de-inspiration.
Okay.
Flash of Genius to pump that up, because I think I still have some left.
All right.
Yep. So add 4 to that.
So she would nod. She says it's important none of them escape, or they might warn their allies. But if you say you have it handled, then I trust your group's abilities. Why did you come out here first? Did you need something?
Stragglers were on the young side, and that bothers me, which is why I came out while the rest handle it, and I just like being around giants. This is a unique experience that I am thoroughly enjoying.
As well, I wouldn't feel too bad for trolls. They're bloodthirsty and would take no remorse in killing your kind or any of the other smaller folk that they would encounter.
Wouldn't giants normally be considered the same by those not educated?
Are you asking me or her?
Her.
She said, or what did you ask her? Wouldn't giants what?
Wouldn't those uneducated kind of think giants would respond the same way as trolls? Just smash the little folk and not care too much about it?
She says, and they would be right in a lot of situations. Humans and giants have warred for, well, as long as we've known each other. But trolls are much more bloodthirsty and less prone to speaking in cooperation. This is my...
Oh yes, very much agree, and trolls do need to be dealt with. It was more so, I felt like y'all could handle little ones in y'all's own time and such.
She says, what do you mean, handle little ones?
If they did pop up trying to be trouble, very easy to smash a troll that's human-sized.
Oh, yes. She says, trolls are more of an annoyance than a danger to us. They're almost like small dogs or rats. They could be dangerous in large numbers, but a single giant would smash a troll to pulp, especially a younger one.
And this isn't our first run-in with trolls.
She says, I'm not worried about them getting away and attacking us. I'm more worried about them getting away and telling the everlasting ones that we attack them. But
yes, we are going to be heading straight there, correct? I know we took a bit of a while.
She says, yes. Actually, I have a plan that I'm thinking might work out. I have to speak with your group about your abilities once they're all done in there. But I'll let you know what it is once they get out. I'd rather speak to all of you, so I don't have to repeat it.
I hate to be the annoying one, the rules lawyer, but how is Theo talking to her?
That's right. Does she know Common?
I thought she did. I thought she spoke to you all in common.
She may have been able to, but we mainly talked to her using mind powers.
Yeah, let me.
Or Theo being moody and using the potion of comprehension. Yeah.
I think Kaivara did speak common, actually, but let me...
Would be great. I just wanted to bring it up because
Yeah.
I had cast
Theo
Clarion
secretly knew
Bond.
giant. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I know you had spoken to her telepathically, but I could have sworn she did speak common.
It would make sense for a chiefess near human-like civilization and stuff to learn common.
Let's say she speaks common, because we already kind of went with it. So maybe
Woohoo!
you hadn't tried to speak with her before this in common, but maybe, yeah, now she had spoken to you. All the other giants would look confused.
Amends.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, is there anything else you want to do outside, Theo?
It just trails off with Theo asking her about her interests and stuff while waiting on everybody.
Okay. So meanwhile, inside, the trolls would sign the contract, and they would ask you to leave now. We've done what you want. Leave us be.
What are your intentions from this time? Not long from now, I believe, there will be many giants. Wait, no. So the place where the everlasting ones is not through the caves, right? Because the giants can't even get through them.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not.
Then I'll just say, very well. I'm very sorry. about your parents,
He,
and I will leave.
yeah, he just kind of growls at you. Well, they growl at
Yeah.
you. He just sort of nods. As you realize it's kind of an empty apology.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's everyone gonna do?
So, if we get this message from Theo, I'll say to Ivor and to Donnie. Actually, I'll say to Donnie. Just to Donnie.
Yeah.
Did you hear that from Theo? It seems like we might want to constrain them, at least temporarily, so that they can't go and warn anyone.
Fortunately, I'm not sure that I have anything that would be useful in that regard.
This is a mental conversation.
No, I'm saying it out loud, so anyone
Oh, okay.
that's there could hear. I just sort of directed it toward Bedlad. I'm assuming that Ivor's speaking with the youngling still, and that Donnie's being moody, and so Beldani I thought was most likely to have rope.
Oh, okay.
Did we all hear the?
Theo's the one with the rope.
Yeah, I think we all heard the warning.
Okay.
Yeah, Theo, I think he didn't say he was saying it to just one, so.
Okay. If that's the case, then I would, as I was leaving, I would turn around real quick and I would say to the trolls, it would perhaps be best if you stayed in the caves for some few days, just so that no giants wandering outside might catch wind of you.
Give me... Well... He says, are the giants outside?
There are always giants outside, but particularly now, since we are on the way to deal with some other giants, I do not know how long they will be patrolling this region. Best not to take any chances.
Hearing Theo's next message, I'll pull a couple of rations out of the bag of holding. You said, how many of them did you say there were? 5?
4.
4. So I'll bring 8 rations out of the bag of holding and set them down on the floor.
Alright, leaving some food. Give me a persuasion check.
Fuck, Aetha?
Huh?
She coughs and hacks to cover up what you were starting to say. Oh my god!
Holds out a Werther's original to the kids.
Throws a hard candy at you.
Pretend she choked on her butterscotch.
I get I was not good with my giant, and she recognized it.
So he would nod and ask...
oh shit, to a crit!
What,
Right?
Yeah.
What other giants do you plan to attack?
Does he seem concerned about the possibility that we're going after the everlasting ones?
What's your insight?
Garbage.
Mine's... Oh well, I guess I
Kinda
can't
starts to
understand,
tell.
so... But he could think at me, because we've got the telepathic link.
That's true.
I don't know. Straight up tell her, does he look concerned right now?
I don't know that I would think about that.
That's fine.
I would just be thinking about it myself. I will reply and I'll say there's some sort of feud going on between these giants and some others, and we've been contracted to help them with it.
Give me, I'll say
They just learned
or-
all about contracts.
Deception or another persuasion. You can use either, because it's kind of deceptive, but also kind of persuasive. Alright.
Oh, I'm lying.
So he would nod and say, alright, we will stay in here for the time.
Very well. Good luck to you. And then I will turn to walk away.
Okay?
I'll give Betha a wink as I pass her.
He throws a hard candy at you.
And in a couple days, the contract won't matter because the water hole will have taken effect.
I have not poisoned anyone or anything. I'm just putting that out there.
Insight.
Allegedly.
Deception.
I can't insight check you because I'm flirting with the chiefess, but...
True. Alright,
Alright.
so you're heading outside.
I believe so.
Yes.
Okay. So you get outside, you see, as I said, they've just kind of established a little base of operations. The chiefess is speaking a bit with Theo. She nods at the group as they come out, and she looks to, I guess Ivor's kind of been the spokesman, and says, it's taken care of then. They're all the trolls have been wiped out.
They have.
A deception.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about trying to explain it to her, but that seems like more trouble than it's worth.
Doing anything, or are you taking a 17?
It's the same role Theo had, so.
Ah, flash of genius.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm out, so I'll take that flash.
That's my last flash.
Alright, so she nods and says, alright, excellent. We should be clear.
Everybody pulling out their stops for this fucking bullshit.
Oh, I was gonna save it for somebody's death or something,
So
but
many resources.
I want her to be happy.
Same.
Alright, well...
I want her to be happy. I want us to be happy. I want the trolls to live. I want everything for everybody. Except for the
Tall blue
everlasting
woman.
ones.
You just
Fuck
want a
'em.
perfect world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't we all just get along?
Flash of genius my way into the next
Shall we?
perfect world.
Yes.
Into world peace.
Yeah.
I will flashes of genius into revolutionizing the world.
Yep. Alright, so... Need one of those Harry Potter luck potions.
Oh god, if that was a... Actually, that is a thing that Theo can
I have
make.
one.
Felix, whatever. Full of
There is a
seeds.
potion that lets you reroll one dice after you drink it, if we're determined in the amount of time.
I saw a
Felix
fucking,
for the cheese.
There's a TikTok meme I saw the other day of a dude who was like, you know, if shit had been done logically in Harry Potter, and they take that one,
God,
they
don't.
chug it,
Don't
and then they make a bunch more of those. They're like, take a thing that makes it so I can't fuck up, and then make a bunch of things that make it so I can't
Oh
fuck
my
up.
God. Yeah, don't even logically Harry Potter.
Don't even logic Harry Potter.
Yeah, don't.
You're setting yourself up for failure, bud.
Like
Pottermore, they
No.
covered that. It has
Yeah, whatever.
diminishing returns over time
Uh-huh,
and
yeah.
will make you over cocky to where you kill yourself.
I regret everything. Carrying on.
You'll have a stroke after the
Sorry.
second movie. Like, what's going on? In any case, she says, so I had a plan I wanted to run by all of you. But I wanted to ask, how good is your group at stealth?
Baldani just disappears.
Honestly, I think
Oh,
an
that's
hour
behind the tree.
beforehand, I can... If you give me an hour beforehand, I think, I can switch over to infiltrator mode. Wish I knew
I
about
can
that before the
also-
short rest.
She says,
I also can use nature magics to conceal those around me.
Which is often helpful for me, because I'm not terrible, but I'm not great.
She says, well,
Same.
my scouts have told me that a larger group, which we thought was going to be out of the area, is actually at the base right now. So attacking them all at once from the front gate would be dangerous. My thought was to cause a distraction where we attack from the front, trying to distract and kind of bring down their numbers, trying to lure them out, while you all came in from the back using the forest behind their base. She says there's dangers in the forest, but if you can make your way through quietly, or at least make your way through and then sneak into the fort quietly while we're attacking, you might be able to fight their chief while we're distracting most of their troops.
What kinds of dangers exist in the forest?
She says there are mostly natural beasts in there. There might be some of their people hunting, who might try to signal the main base if they see you. But overall, it shouldn't be too difficult, especially if you're good at keeping hidden. I was going to send what's his name? I was going to send Tyron with you, and he can show you the way.
How long will the journey be to move around to the back and get into position?
She says, well, you can signal me when you're in place behind them, yes, using your magic.
No,
Probably send a message.
I mean, I don't have a message cantrip, and I'm not using a 3rd level spell. We could probably
can-
put something in the sky.
I was going to say I can send my raven to alert you.
Oh, yes, I could send Nettle as well.
She nods and says, "Well, if you can signal me, and Tyron will show you where to go. But once you're in position, if you can signal me, we could start the distraction, trying to lure some of their forces out, splitting them up, and then you could try to go in from behind and attack whoever's left, along with the chief if he's there. Or if the chief comes out to fight us, we could pincer them. You coming into the fort and possibly flanking their forces on both sides. Either way, it would be better than just trying to all break in through the front."
How flammable is their fort?
It's made
Or
of
does
ice.
it look from the... Damn.
It's a big ice wall. It's not very flammable. I mean, he says if you have very hot fire, I suppose you could throw it at their walls to melt them.
Well, I do have a vial of alchemy fire, but that's not going to deal with the whole ice wall.
He says,
Well, that's given up a lot of time.
if you can burn a hole, the wall itself is about 10 feet tall and 5 feet thick. So if you can burn a hole in that somehow, you could probably sneak in. But they might have giants on guard, so you'd have to be careful. She says the other way is to just try to go in from the front altogether, but I think it would be I think this would be a better way to approach it.
Very well.
Depending, as I said, on your confidence in your stealthing abilities. She says if you do get into fights within the forest, you just have to make sure you don't use anything that would make too much noise.
So I can't punch if we fight anything in the forest. Because
Your thunder gauntlets might make it'd be a bit of crackling, so that could be bad.
You give us a moment to discuss it amongst ourselves.
Of course, she says, take as much time as you need. Although, obviously not too much, but yes.
We have
So-
a telepathic bond up, guys, so just
Yeah.
have at it.
I believe, Betha, you have an ability that would help us all be a little more stealthy.
Yes, that's what I meant when I said I could use nature magic to conceal those around me. Would definitely improve our stealth a lot. I was just wondering how many hours journey it would take to determine how much of our resources would be used toward that.
I'm assuming it would be less than an hour to get from where we are to... Or we would only need to stealth the last hour of the journey.
Okay, that should work fine then. And obviously, you're already going to be the stealthiest of us, so you're scouting ahead, at the front of our group. We'll probably have some ability to watch for unexpected.
I can definitely scout ahead and sort of help us steer clear of any creatures in the forest.
So, if I knew we were going stealthy before the short rest, I could have made myself way more stealthy, but,
Well, you didn't know before that.
yeah, my punches make sound, most of my spells make sound. I have Infiltrator mode, which is...
So she says if you're saying this, she would say... Or wait, no, this is in your head, right?
Yeah.
Or are you saying this to her, that you would need time to get set up?
Well, I could use time, but also if we have Bell scouting ahead and we can just avoid the dangers, then my punching won't matter, because once I do need to start punching, stealth doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that with me scouting ahead, we can make it to the fortress without encountering any woodland creatures.
Yeah, it's in heavy armor, so I'm at disadvantage, but Infiltrator mode gets rid of that, and then +8 to my stealth normally. So,
Did she say that we could wait an hour?
So if you ask her, she says...
if there are no trolls going to warn them.
If you need time, I think we can spare an hour. My only My worry would be if we had to wait a whole day. But if you only need a few hours, that should be fine. It'll take us at least an hour or two to get everyone in position. So an extra hour, I don't think will matter if it's important.
Oh, what are the constraints of this magic? Do you need an hour to reset it, or could you use that catnap spell that you have to hasten?
Well, my armor doesn't change while I'm asleep, so I can't catnap myself.
Ah, I see. All right. Well, perhaps taking that time might be worth the effort.
If everybody's okay with that, I don't want to slow us all down or make
What?
things harder just so I'm a bit more stealthy. Or can be stealthy.
I was going to say, I think anything to improve our chances of making it through the forest unspotted is worth an hour's wait.
Great.
Donnie's being quiet. He's happy to go along with whatever you guys decide here, but just as an FYI, Donnie does not do stealth, so happy to give a try, but don't expect anything either.
We'll have
Huh?
Faith's abilities to counteract you and me and Ivor. So.
Yeah, just saying. Yep.
All right.
Unfortunately, no horn of blasting, but I will do my best also not to draw attention.
I started blasting.
And that is what we shall do. Is there anything else anyone needs to
Do
do?
you have a horn of blasting still? Oh, sorry.
I have the pieces.
The
of
broken one.
You're broke.
Oh yeah, the broken one. Okay.
it. He kept the pieces.
2 more levels, don't worry. I'll make it an infinite amount.
Alright, so I think we're going to take that hour's rest.
Okay.
And while we are taking that hour's rest, I'm gonna go ahead and make another 4 doses of my poison
Okay.
as part of my poisoner's kit.
That's your class ability thing?
Yes, I can
Okay.
link it.
Yeah, that's
Yes, no,
fine.
pull out the bag of holding, and does anyone need any healing potions? We also have an invisibility potion that I think Faith is carrying, as well as some hill giant strength potions. And Donnie,
Oh.
you have that fire breathing potion as well, yes?
Yep. Put it in my inventory.
Let's see. I actually am carrying 2 potions of healing, so I'm good.
Okay. Does everyone have a potion of healing? At least one.
Yes,
Greater
I have.
and a supreme.
I have 2 greater and 4 regular.
I have a greater. I think a regular. Do you, Ivor?
I believe so.
You?
I have a greater.
You
And
have
a regular.
potion of healing?
Hang on, let me check. I have 1 greater, and thought I have a normal one too.
Does anyone want a potion of hill giant strength, or
I'll take
speed,
one.
or growth, or
What does the potion of speed do?
I think it's just speed. I don't think it's haste.
I'll take a look.
Did you say we have a potion of growth?
Yes.
I feel like any of our frontliners could benefit from those hill giant strength or growth ones during combat.
Is it
You
stacked?
get the effects of the haste spell for 1 minute, no concentration required.
Oh, it is haste.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think you still get the after effects too, but it doesn't require concentration. So it's just 1 minute of straight go.
Alright. Did you want to take that, Beldani?
Sure, actually, yeah. Me with an extra action each turn. Lots of disengaging and hiding.
And Donnie, or Lou, I think there's a limit to how many potions you can take at once. Yes.
I don't know actually. Is that a
There's
thing?
it's somewhere in the player's handbook or it's in the DM's manual. There's what's known as potion toxicity.
Oh yeah, optional table.
I think it's after this third one. I think you can do 2 with nothing, but once you've taken the third, you run various risks.
So I think that's a optional rule, right?
I think so. I remember looking this all up when I was playing a alchemist, because I was like popping potions back and forth, and at least in that game, Lou, you allowed it to be an optional thing and never penalized me for.
Yeah, no, I think you're okay. I'm not going to
Pop
worry
back
about it right
over
now. We'll
left,
just say
right,
it's
yeah.
not a thing.
So speak up, anyone, if you want the potions of Hill Giant Strength. There are 3 of them. Climbing,
Take one.
growth.
I'll take one too.
Okay. Donnie.
So, Hill Giant and Donnie, do you want the growth?
No, if you really want it. Donnie doesn't drink potions. It's puts you out of balance.
Oh no, that's something he's gonna drink to flirt with the chiefess with.
Okay. Don't tell Azalea that.
Druggies.
All right. Speak up if anyone wants anything else. But Donnie, I think you also have a potion of heroism on you.
I have heroism and water breathing. Which,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna use them eventually. I just hasn't the action economy makes very little sense to use a full action drinking a potion, and often we don't know before we go in battle well enough to
Sure.
do it.
How many of the bigger healing potions do we have?
4.
4. I'll take one more greater then.
Okay. All right.
Alright, you all good?
I'm in stealth mode now. I got my pew-pews again!
Pew pew.
So I think because I'm an armor artificer, there's something that has to do with the hand gesture part and casting spells where armor artificers don't have to do that. Can't remember what exactly it was, but I think I should be allowed to have shield and hand crossbow without worrying about my spells.
Do you know what the ability is called?
I'm trying to look it up right now.
I'm looking at it right now as well.
Because I know normally you would need a free hand unless you have Warcaster.
Under Arcane Armor, it says you can use the Arcane Armor as a spellcasting focus for your Artificer spells. But, well, because you can use a focus and somatic components in the same hand, and if the armor is the focus, then yeah, I
Like when you have a
think
shield.
yeah, I think that should be fine.
As a cleric.
Okay, just double checking to make sure I was remembering correctly.
Can you link that real quick?
Yeah, let me clip it. God damn it. Okay.
Check
I
out
think this-
cleric really quick.
I think this is the first time
Yeah,
Theo
it's-
gets
but
to
it's-
properly use the build that
It's the same
was
way that
originally going
clerics can
for.
use a shield without having to have Warcaster.
It's specifically the second bullet there in that blurb I sent you.
Yeah, it's. I was trying to remember, I don't remember exactly where, but it's if you can use your armor as an arcane focus, then that makes it to where you can not have to worry about somatic and can have something in each hand.
Yeah, that comes from general spellcasting. Let me see if I can pull that up for reference as well.
So
Everybody needs an Ian when you have bad memory.
So he's
Oh, yeah, you are-
off when I...
Sort of, right?
And here is material components.
Where does it say under cleric that they can do that?
That is actually under. Fuck,
Maybe
that
not.
one's the one that's the one that's hard to find. I don't think it's actually under cleric. It's under like equipment or something. It's clerics and paladins. Specifically, it's holy symbols. literally never remember where that is written.
Yeah, this always throws me off when I'm trying to figure out the rules for this. Oh, did you send me the Artificer one?
Yeah, I put them in Discord since I took
Oh, it's in Discord.
clips. Yep.
Alright, let me
Yep.
take a look
I
there.
put arcane armor there, and then also material components.
I think it's because of the last part of material components that artificers can run around with hands full and still shoot lightning bolts.
Here, there's a Jeremy Crawford tweet about it.
Oh, it doesn't even need to be a tweet. It just comes straight from the fucking book. I mean, good on Jeremy Crawford also, but
That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Let's see.
yeah, there you go. Player's handbook.
Only if
2
there
of
was
3.
a clear authority on this.
I think Jeremy Crawford just makes this shit up half the time. Like, Jeremy, we have,
Isn't that his
we
job?
have more angry nerds. He's like, oh god, he's like trying to enjoy his evening. He's like, whatever. He just like types them up there. There you go, nerds, leave me alone. Alright, let's see.
Isn't that how gods create the universe?
He says Player's Handbook, page
Yeah.
203, which I believe is what Ian just clipped. So,
Yeah.
I think so.
moving along.
Okay, yeah. So your shield is normally in your hand, so that makes sense.
Normally, I have a hand free in Guardian mode because my weapon is my fist, but in Infiltrator mode, it pops out of my chest flavored to be my shoulder instead, kind of like a Predator gun. And yeah, because I don't use my hand to punch, I can hold the crossbow in it and then use my crossbow expert features. While still having the shield giving me 23 AC.
Okay. So that would be my. I'm reading all the stuff Ian sent me.
I think what makes artificers unique specifically is that you can use their armor as a spellcasting focus. So
Yeah.
if they are holding something or not, I think they should be fine.
I guess you could, like, smack your hand holding your crossbow to your armor, maybe?
Well, I think it flavored more so having compartments on the armor or something that more so whenever you get ready for the spell to go off, they open up or you activate something on your armor by slapping it or something else.
Yeah. I'll just. That's fine. We'll just make it work for now. I reserve the right to look into this more later, but.
Oh, no!
That's fine.
Sounds good.
You can get mad at me later. This is bullshit. Alright, so yeah, we'll say it
Alright,
works
Isn't
with
that
your
what
stuff
our
with your
default
hands
state
full.
is? Just mad at you?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I wasn't mad at me.
The sign of a good
Lou,
DM.
mad at me later.
What do you mean there are children here, Lou?
Don't
Alright.
think.
Alright, anyway. Sorry. So we'll say you switched your armor around, you took the extra hour. It is now 1 o'clock. So yeah, she's all ready. She says, I am going to...
At the end of that hour, I'm recasting Rary's Bond.
Okay. So she says, I'm going to move my people into position, but we're going to stay pretty far back because we don't want them to catch wind. Try to get into position as quickly as possible, but, take what time you need. The longer we're waiting there for you, the more likely it is we'll be noticed. So, did you need anything else before we parted ways?
I don't think there's a magical equivalent for asking for a number.
Okay. So she. You're still hitting on her. Okay.
Uh-huh. Theo has realized a new dream in life.
You're so pretty.
Mhm.
Theo's just
into
jealous of
combat.
Bonnie and his queen.
Yeah.
Among so many.
You're mad because Theo gave your queen an actual body.
For a minute I was like role playing her, trying to figure out what that meant when you asked her for a number, like a number of troops. What? Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, got it. So Tyron nods. He says, "I shall lead them into position and we'll send word once we're there. So he's going with you. He leads you into the forest, kind of down the side of the hill here, away from the mountain, and you see them kind of go the other way, trying to go around the north side of the forest. So he kind of gets to the edge of the forest and says, "Is there any preparations you need to do before we move in?"
Yeah, I think we were all prepared.
And you said we took another hour after our chat with the trolls, right?
Yes, for Theo to realign his stuff.
Amazing. Cool.
Oh, the armor looks way less bulky now and way more streamlined and
Or fucking cyborg ninja. With
still dragon themed, but more like a black dragon or something like that. Something meant to be lean and stealthy.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so he is leading you into the forest. He's going to start doing some survival checks. He probably isn't going to ask for help, but I don't know if any of you want to help him or offer help.
I can assist since I'll be sort of scouting ahead with him.
Okay, so give me a survival check.
Is it only allowed to be those two, or I guess they're up ahead of the rest of us, aren't they?
One of you can assist him, so
Okay.
it doesn't have to be those two. Just someone who's going to be kind of stealthing up front with him.
So that would probably be Baldani.
Yeah. You have a. Oh, you did roll survival. I'm just. Blind.
Yes.
Okay, so you rolled the same thing. Got it. Alright, so you're moving with him, kind of keeping an eye on things. Give me a stealth check.
Is this...
You guys in the back don't have to do this, because they're up ahead a little.
Oh, sorry.
Not yet. I mean, you can roll it, because it might come up later, but yeah, for now it's just those two. Okay, so you guys are being pretty quiet. You rolled the same thing again. You guys are like twins.
The thing is,
Twinsies.
both 16 is the minimum I can roll for survival, and 23 is the minimum I can roll for stealth.
So you just rolled way better, but you have more skill in it, it looks like. Alright. So he's keeping an eye out. He would... What's your perception?
20.
Okay. Give me a d20 roll, someone. Let's see what we find in the forest.
Is that me as per usual,
Yes.
or
Whoever wants to. First roll I get. On my screen. Because Zalia's number comes up first on her screen.
Yeah, that was one time.
That was one time. Alright.
Isn't that band camp though?
That was at one time at band camp. Give me a d100 roll.
Sorry.
please.
Couldn't help myself.
It was actually in the library, not at band camp.
Yeah, that's at one time in the library. Okay. So he would point out some tracks, and you would notice them now too. He says, I believe there might be mammoths in the area. Usually not too bad, but they can be spooked. We might need to move cautiously as we go up ahead. You said your friends were good at stealth when they needed to be?
well, our nature friend here can help assist all of the group, and I'll just think to Betha, I think it's time for you to make our tracks disappear, Auntie.
So he would say though, my people usually hunt mammoths, and your people are fairly adept at fighting. We might just be able to fight our way through if you want to save magic. I'll leave that up to you. because there might be more dangerous things up ahead.
We can't do any of that though, because I didn't cast
Nope.
berries on him. So only Baldani can hear him say that.
Yeah. So I guess he'll let you know, Beldani, and you can ask your group about it. If you all want to try to sneak past these mammoths or save your magic, and just fight them.
Betha, that's really up to you, but I think it might be worth sneaking the one spell slot to sneak past.
How long does he think this trek will take us?
If you ask him, he'll say about an hour.
Well, we have about an hour left in this journey.
Depending on what we bump into.
And how long does your spell last, Auntie?
1 hour.
Well,
I will defer to you, Auntie.
I think we should get on towards our goal, and not stop for hunting.
perhaps we could pick the pace up once we're a bit more stealthy and
Mm-hmm.
come in a little under an hour.
Agreed. So I'm
Oh.
assuming then that we will do pass without a trace and try and sneak.
With the
past
traveling
mammoths.
up to Giants and knowing you're going to travel after, Thea would have done the treatment on the shoes. I don't know if that would still apply right now, but we should get faster treks, or at least be on trek longer.
Doing
Maybe
the
as
what?
fast.
The cobbler's tool on
Oh,
shoes,
cobbler's tool.
I think, just makes it to where we can trek longer without getting exhausted.
Sure. Go ahead and link that.
Only as fast as our slowest person, yes? We are
Yes.
only as fast as our slowest person, is that correct?
Yes.
So perhaps, Johnny, would you mind carrying Auntie?
I could travel in bear form if we'd like.
Wouldn't use too many of your resources.
Well, I really only use my beastie forms for my tiny beast companions, or to transform myself. I have no other use for them.
Alright, so you're doing pass without trace.
Yeah.
Alright, so you cast the spell as the nature magics envelop the group, as well as, how many people does that affect?
Anyone within 30 feet. Oh, wait, I think it is limited. It's anyone within.
Anyone within 30?
Each creature you choose within 30 feet.
Okay. So,
And then after I cast that, I'll shift into the medium bear form, which I think is brown or black. I always forget which one it is.
so you would enter this area as Tyron kind of puts his hand up, slowing you all down a bit. He says, Beldani, you seem to be very adept at stealthing. Do you want to go try to scout out the area ahead and see what we have to sneak past?
Certainly. So I will go ahead and
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
I have advantage if it's sound only, so if they haven't seen me yet.
Yeah, so it would be sound for now, because you haven't moved into an area where they might see you. So go ahead, you could start with that.
So 40.
Okay, so go ahead and move.
Really, you couldn't do any better than 40, man?
We get it, you're stealthy. Jesus. Well, actually, it would be less than that. It would be 30, because you are going away from Betha.
Well, he would start in my aura,
Yeah,
but yeah.
while you're here, you're 40, but as you move forward, you kind of go to a 30. But yeah.
I don't think it's an oral, though. I think once you get it cast, don't you?
No,
No.
you have to stay in the aura.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 30 feet. But yeah, go ahead. Give me some movement as you carefully make your way through the snow. Steam rising from your mouth. Go
Are we
ahead,
following?
take a
Or
look. I think
Oh,
he's
he's
scouting for now.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. I wasn't sure if I needed to keep you in the aura.
So you see, this area seems to have a small pack, as there are quite a few mammoths wandering around the area, as you see there.
Yeah, I can see 7 from where I currently stand.
There are some young ones as well.
And I'm assuming there's this line of trees, which looks to be solid. There's no way for me to pass through that.
You just can't see through it. So if you want, you can move over and carefully. You don't think the mammoths could easily get through, but you being shorter probably could.
Okay.
So if you want to make your way over, it would just be difficult terrain to move through them, and you can't really see through them. So if you're passing through the trees there, give me another stealth check. Okay, so this would be sight-based, so 23.
Oh, so then just take the first if it's sight-based.
Okay, so 25. So yeah, go ahead, you can move through the trees there. It shouldn't stop you from moving, you should just be able to move through.
It is stopping me from moving through.
But, hang on. Is it just defaulting to that? Yeah, it's defaulting. Alright, try now.
Okay.
So you're making your way through the thick trees. You do hear more movement coming from over here.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going quietly.
You come out on that side, again pretty well hidden, as the mammoths are just moving around.
Alright, and I will then head back to the group.
Okay.
Um,
Give me another stealth check as you leave. I don't think they can even see you, but go ahead. I think even if you roll a 1, don't you roll like a...
23.
ridiculous? Okay.
And I will return to the group and let Tyron and everyone else know that there are the bulk of the mammoths are to the passage to the northwest. If we head to the southwest along the sort of southern edge of this clearing, we should avoid most of these creatures.
Okay. He nods. He says, yeah, if we do manage to alert 1 or 2, hopefully we can deal with it quietly. We don't want the whole pack coming. So go ahead and roll stealth checks as a group. And you're moving, I assume, with Betha, so you get that plus 10.
Plus 10.
Oh, yeah, so you all very, very quiet as you move this way.
I assume Zaylia is moving with us.
Yeah, actually, let me roll for the giant. Tyron. Yeah, so he's also, even as big as he is moving pretty quietly. Tiptoeing through. Moving through the thick trees. Which is harder for him to do.
I am moving with you. I'm just trying to find Nettle, so I always forget where the hell.
Theo's probably gonna hold a hand up and then point that we have another one to our
Yeah, so
south.
a younger buck elephant is sort of hanging out down here, sniffing around. Give me another stealth check to move across without it noticing you. It's not worried. Doesn't seem like it's hyper aware. It's just kind of hanging out, so it's not watching.
Thank God for Betha.
All right. What's the lowest we got? 22. I think you're all fine. Oh wait, let me roll for your giant.
18's the lowest.
Yeah, 18 is our lowest.
Oh,
Ooh, apparently
Just kidding.
16.
Oh no.
Well, actually,
Betha?
can
But it
Betha
is a
can
group. It's a
yeah.
group chat,
Betha
right?
would use her reaction. Like he starts to step out of the clearing, and she like puts up a hand.
All right, you
Or
give
actually, she's a bear, so she like nuzzles against like his leg to like in front of his
Sorry.
shin to like stop him for a second when
All right,
the
sure.
mammoth is looking their way. I don't know.
Let's try again. All right, that's better. All right, so you all, as this thing is kind of looking around down here, you make your way across the field here into the wooded area. And I need one more set of stealth checks as you enter the forest here. Then you should be good. Actually,
Just following behind Beldani, giving thumbs up, being all like, I can still do now.
Well.
Betha, do you have your reaction back?
Yeah, I don't know.
the-
Has it been 6 seconds?
Yeah, at this point you're
Then
across.
yeah.
So you would be able to give the one reroll. 12,
Alright.
and finally
22.
The bear nudges you aside when you're about to step on a stick.
And finally the giant. Yeah, he's fine.
Woo!
Alright, so you
Nice.
all make your way across to the other side of the woods. Yeah, none of the elephants have noticed you. So at this point, we don't have to roll anymore. You're out of danger. So I'll just delete you all as you move on.
He's deleting us for being good.
Well, just because you can't stay.
Angry
here
God.
forever. Can't stay here forever. You got stuff to do.
You've been cancelled.
You've been canceled. Alright, so you continue making your way through the woods, getting past the mammoth area. Give me a d20 roll.
Someone else can take this one, as I'm currently AFK.
Alright, so up ahead, you would see there are a couple of saber-toothed tigers in the woods, more beasts. It looks like they've recently killed something. So far, they haven't noticed you. Do you want to do anything or just try to pass by them?
I vote we keep stealthing.
So
Agreed.
Alright, they're pretty easy to avoid, so I just gave you the option in case you want to do something. Okay, so you... yeah.
Just in case Theo's going to put his crossbow away and pull out a little phosphorescent pouch that he has, just in case they do notice us, he can hypnotic pattern him.
Okay. Give me one set of stealth checks as you move past.
Oh no.
it's not great.
Oh,
14,
14 is our
25,
lowest.
22, 22.
okay.
Hold on.
And
33, 20.
How far away is Nettle? I mean,
I thought
It's
he's sitting on
Donnie, too.
Ivor's shoulder right now.
yeah, I don't know that Nettle even needs to, because I mean, she would just look like a natural phenomenon, right?
let me
Part of nature.
double check.
Or
their
he. Is
perception.
Nettle a
He's still
he?
got a 20, so
Yeah, yeah.
14 is actually enough. They don't notice you.
Nice.
Alright, so you are continuing. It's getting close to the 40-minute mark.
Zalia's perfume almost getting us caught by Sabretooths.
Zalia wears perfume. Okay, so it is now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You would see in the distance a large hill with a bunch of ice walls around what you assume is their camp. Continuing on, I need one more d20 roll as you get get closer.
Bell, I did bad.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, alright.
Okay, I didn't do that bad.
So as you're traveling, Tyron would see more tracks. And he says, I believe there are abominable Yeti in the area. Could be another pack.
Would I know anything about Yetis?
Yeah, you can make a nature roll. You might know some things.
We fight some already?
I don't know if you fought abominable Yetis. I don't
I
think
think
so.
I know about Yetis.
So you know that they are immune to cold damage. You know that they're evil, carnivorous, very dangerous apex type predators. They are huge.
So evil like natural evil, not evil like troll evil?
I mean, like troll evil. Same idea.
Okay.
They're generally actually pretty intelligent for being like a abominable snowman type creature. They actually do have a language they speak called Yeti, which almost no one knows but them.
Damn.
And they have lots of supernatural abilities with cold. They're monstrosities as well. But he would say, I believe we might be coming up to a pack of them ahead. We can try to sneak past them, but they are a little bit more keen and intelligent than the mammoths. So it might be a little bit harder. They have a keen smell, and even if we get close, they can often sense us if we're downwind.
Do we know which way the wind's going right now? Make sure we're not downwind.
He says, no, we're not. We could try to sneak past them. We could try to ambush them. It might be prudent to get the first strike, because if they catch us, then we will be at a disadvantage. What do you think we should do?
I think we should retain our resources for the Giants camp and try to continue stealthing, but
Agreed.
I agree.
Agreed.
Alright, so
And I'm
try to sneak past them.
ready with hypnotic pattern just in case.
Alright.
I'd still need to hold material components, right? Or is that covered with spell focus too?
It's covered with, well, you can, if you're using your armor as a focus, focuses can be used for material components unless they have a specific gold cost.
Okay, so I can hold my crossbow in my hand instead of the light bag.
Yes.
Alright, just ready with hypnotic pattern in case we need it.
Okay. So you're coming in kind of from the north on this part, moving through the trees. Oh. So you're up here.
Should we let Bell scout some first to let us know where they are?
Well, yeah, you just entered the area, and Tyron's saying that the abominable Yetis are probably close. So, yeah, do you want to try to scout? Do you want to just try to start moving quietly through the area? How do you want to handle this? He says we have to move south.
I'm happy to scout ahead if that's what you all would prefer. Otherwise, we can travel as a group. I think with Auntie's magic, we still should be pretty quiet, able to avoid them.
Just for reference at this point, actually, give me a... How many directions are there? 8?
Yes.
Give me a D8 roll. Which way is the wind blowing?
Oh no. Hopefully northwards.
It is blowing south.
Fuck!
perhaps we should make our way far south and skirt around to the west after heading south then.
Does anybody have prestidigitation? Cover smell with snow? Smell? Oh,
yes,
wait!
I do actually.
I was about to say, I have tools if need be. But if you got it.
Yeah, I can use prestidigitation. I'll just consistently cast it.
And I will
which is just to
ask.
try to mask the scent.
Yeah, with an odor.
Could you link prestidigitation?
Or just the thick smell of pine.
Yeah, I'll use pine. It's an odd odor.
So I guess if you're traveling in a straight line together, you could probably be towards the front and be doing that to try to mask the scent that's blowing south. So as long as you're
Yep.
not too spread out and Zaylee is in the front, she can pull that off.
Okay.
If you don't want to be to the front, I can use my all-purpose tools to
No,
learn.
I'll be to the front.
I think we're heading south.
I wonder why it's slowing down so much for me. It's weird. So you start moving into the thick forest. I need some stealth checks.
This lighting stuff is really annoying when you're trying to move a familiar.
Oh wait. So you would see as you come through the tree line here, there are two of them skulking about.
Oh crap. We need to head.
Betha, you gonna give her a reroll?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so go ahead and reroll Azalea. I think the lowest right now is a
17.
17. I just need to check the giant. Oh no!
Ha! Nice.
Damn it!
16's the lowest now.
Would I be able to do them both, or would it
No,
be
you
too
can only
close
do
together?
one. Yeah, you can
Okay.
only have one reaction. So as you're coming into this area,
They might run away from the giant if that's all they see.
the giant would make some noise, and I need some initiative rolls as they turn north.
Crap!
They do only see Tyron right now, as you're all very well hidden.
Seeing
They
you-
definitely see him.
I'm guessing Betha still doesn't have a reaction back.
No, not at this point.
Oh.
Tyron. Damn it, Tyron. You're screwing us up right now.
Hey, with my my initiative roll there, Theo, you want to go ahead and teleport me to the front, please?
Hang on, I
What
think you
the-
go before me, so I
It
can't.
actually does. Yeah.
Alright, so the first to act is Ivor. You are currently completely hidden. As these creatures turn to the north, you believe they've seen Tyron and they growl, advancing. And this is what they look like, because I don't think you all have seen them yet. Nature would give you the knowledge of what's written there off the bat, if you have
Okay.
proficiency.
Theo did roll 25 or 24
Yeah,
and
so
told
you-
everybody what he knew.
So yeah, you would have that knowledge. I don't know if you wanted to do like a TED talk on abominable yetis and put up the screen, but yeah, you could have told them a bunch of stuff. So what do you
Okay.
want to do, Ivor?
You said that they're pretty clearly. Is there a clear intent on their part to harm Tyron?
They are moving
said they were-
towards him. Yes, they're as big as he is, so they're not afraid of him. They're like 20
Okay.
feet tall almost.
And you said that I am hidden.
Yes, you don't. Well, You assume they don't see you.
Very well. Well, then, might as well take advantage of the situation. We will just go for... yeah, we're gonna... Well, first I'm gonna check my range, because... Always gotta be checking the range. Oh yeah, that's fine. I think I'm going to firebolt the one on the right, the southeast one.
Okay, this one. Alright, so you
Yep.
come out of hiding, suddenly hurling a firebolt. You do have advantage because he did not see you.
Perfect.
18 would strike as you burn him. He seems to freak out a bit as the fire burns him.
Nice. And then I think I will just step back behind cover.
Okay. So he took 23 fire damage. And he looks very upset and annoyed. That is it for you, I assume?
That is it for me.
Alright, so Tyron is going to say stay behind me. As he moves south, well, yeah, he's going to just go engage them. He doesn't want to throw a boulder, it might make too much noise. So he moves up, and he is going to do his multi-attack, swing his great axe. Oh, bad roll. Second attack.
He just sent us with the most incompetent of.
Apparently, he was way more. He was more badass in the cutscene.
Badass in the cutscene and then NPC glitching into the wall whenever you get to the gameplay.
He didn't do the tutorial. He's like, wait, what buttons attack? Shit. Shoo, shoo. Alright,
His
so...
axe is talking to him, distracting him.
Oh, well, never mind.
There we go. You
It
little
also
fake.
should be plus 11. I don't know what's going on. So he does 52 damage with a nasty cut. And that guy is looking wounded.
Phenomenal.
So that's it for Tyron. The Yeti goes. He is going to attack back, though he does have disadvantage because he was burned.
Nice.
Excellent.
So he's going to... oh, actually, can he do his breath thing?
Nah.
Well, he's not. He doesn't see any of you except for. How far away are you? No, I don't think you're close enough. Oh, 60 feet. Actually, you might be. Oh no.
The only Ivor
Might be 30 feet. Yeah.
That would have been a situation. Just turn back to Ivor right before it hits. Look what you did to us.
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
Alright, so it's going to use its multi-attack. It's going to attack Tyron twice with its claws. First strike will strike him for 14, and I don't actually think he takes cold damage. Let me double check that. Yeah, he's immune. So he takes 14 slashing. Then a second claw attack. Yeah, strikes him again, doing another 17. And then he's going to do his Chilling Gaze, which I don't think would affect him. No, so he does. You see, like as he stares at him, like a bunch of ice coalesces on the giant, but he doesn't take any damage from it. That is it for this one. Zalia. You also believe you're still well hidden in the brush.
I'm going to attempt to firebolt the other one.
Alright,
So would I have
you
advantage?
pop out, and yes, you would have advantage on this attack. Oh no! But he would dodge, moving to the side.
I will move. I assume we're in difficult terrain here.
Yeah,
Snow?
the snow, as from before, would be difficult terrain.
Alright, I'm just gonna move over here and try to hunker down. Undercover if possible, certainly behind Donnie.
Oh, you know what? I just realized that Yeti from before had disadvantage and rolled a 1 on the second roll, so he would have taken 17 less damage. Because that would have missed, because he had disadvantage.
Woohoo!
Right.
Yeah.
So Zalia, you shot and you're done.
It's the end of my turn.
Okay, Betha.
She's gonna step up and just try to toll the dad
On which one?
on the one that's facing Tyron, the one that's wounded.
Alright. So it's going to try to save versus wisdom. No, it would fail, so it takes 14 damage.
And then she would just kind of like move back again, like just so that she's not standing where the bolt came from.
Okay. Beldani.
Alright, I am going to use my movement to step forward.
Yeah.
My bonus action to poison one of the radiant walloping crossbow bolts.
Yep.
And attack with my hand crossbow. So let me mark myself as first off wielding my crossbow.
Yep.
And I'm assuming a 20 hits.
Yes, 20 would be enough. So as it dodges the fire, you would come in from the side and shoot it for 17 plus poison. It's a con save for poison, right?
Yes, DC 14 con save.
Okay, it would fail. So it took 6.
Total of 34 damage.
Yeah, plus 9, 34. Alright. So you definitely get his attention as the fire missed, but then you suddenly shoot him in the side.
And that is my action, movement, and bonus action, so that is my turn.
Oh, is he poisoned or anything now?
I think it just does extra damage, right?
Oh no, he is poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Oh, okay. Cool. So Donnie, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, so I will go ahead and bonus action rage,
Yeah.
and then I will rush in 5, 10, 15,
You are not affected by the snow because of your boots.
Nope. 35, 40, yep. To there, and then let's go ahead and swing with the dumb axe.
Alright, so you do a dumb axe swing.
Yep.
19 would strike with the first attack. Doing 19 points of damage.
Roll Divine Fury.
Okay, 29, another 10, getting its attention.
Good. Like having its attention. 24 to hit.
Yeah, that would strike as well, doing another 17.
17 points of damage.
And that would wound it.
And that's my turn.
Are you raging?
I am raging.
Okay.
I did say that for my bonus action to start.
Theo.
Alright, so I need a vortex warp Donnie to somewhere bad. No, I'm gonna pop out from cover to attack the southern one.
Alright.
I have a sharpshooter going, so I'm gonna call sharpshooter now. -5 to hit.
Okay, 19 would strike, yep.
So, that would be 15 points, and whenever I hit per turn with that, I can do an extra d6 of damage.
Alright.
So another 1 point of damage on that. Go for the second attack. Sharp. Well, I didn't call it in time.
28 would strike. So you do another 7. Do you do a d6 each time or just the once?
Just once per turn.
Okay.
And then I'll use my bonus action to shoot with my hand crossbow, and because sharpshooter, it's not at disadvantage.
Bonk. Oh,
Yeah.
no, that would miss, unfortunately.
Darn!
Alright, anything else?
That is all for me.
Alright, so the Yeti is unhappy about this. This guy goes. It is going to... I think it's gonna just... You both hit it pretty hard. Yeah, it's just gonna breathe a whole bunch of cold air forward. So Beldani and Donnie, I need dex saves.
This is something I can see, so I have advantage.
Nice!
Probably good you did.
Yep.
Whoa, so you kind of jump aside. Both of you made it. So 34 or half is 17 cold damage.
And
Ignore
since
that
it's cold
45.
damage, I have it again because of the Boots of Winterland, which also give me resistance to cold.
Okay.
And I just dance out of the way,
You
taking
pirouette.
no damage.
Ah.
What's that? So 34 half to
17.
half.
Which
So
would
eight.
be 8 cold.
Oh no!
It's kind of chilly. Nettle.
For the first time, Donnie in the snow actually feels a little gust of...
Would it have again because of the rage?
No.
Or does
No,
that not
the
affect
rage
cold?
doesn't.
damage?
Gotcha.
And even if you had resistance for more than one thing, it doesn't stack.
Okay.
Nettle's gonna fly in and give Donnie advantage. Or whomever attacks the one in front of Donnie.
Okay.
No, Donnie. Gotta be Donnie.
So it's going to end up over there. Or he's going to end up over there. Ivor.
I mean, if it looks like this one's getting harassed by an owl, you know, I want
Sure, go ahead and use that advantage. Go ahead, you little devil.
You know me. Oh, yeah, I'll pop out for a little shooty shot on the harried one.
Okay. So you have advantage. 25 would strike. It freaks out again. Although it's already poisoned, so double disadvantage.
Now it's poison and burnt.
It was burnt before too, by Zalia.
No,
Oh,
I didn't
she
hit
missed it.
Oh, that's right. Oh, nice. Well, yeah, actually, then I would have done that anyway if it wasn't already freaking out.
Alright. Anything else?
I'll just pop back into hiding. Ish.
Okay. Tyron says, good shot. And he's gonna come... stay here. It looks like Donnie has that one in tow. He's gonna do some multi-attack, try and keep quiet because he knows there are others in the area. Oh, jeez. Oh, there we go. So he strikes once for 29 slashing, taking this guy down.
Nice.
And he's gonna move over here to give this guy, give Donnie flank. This one is dead, so it leaves combat. Zalia.
Firebolt the other one. Or attempt to.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Ooh.
Nope.
No, it will dodge once again. Anything else?
That's it.
Betha.
Betha will wish that she had some kind of fire damage, but she doesn't, so she will toll the dead on the remaining Yeti.
Dong.
He is already freaking out. I think it doesn't do any more damage or anything like that. It's just... Yeah.
Right, this one didn't take fire damage this last round. Or wait a second,
It's
am
not
I thinking of...
Yeah, it's not a resurrection thing. It's just a
That's
freak out.
right. I'm just so used to it because we had it with the Everlastings and then with the trolls. But yeah, I think you're right.
Alright, so
Well.
there is a dong noise doing
That was a much better roll than the last one. 28.
28 damage. Alright. Anything else, Betha?
Nope, that's my turn.
Alright, Beldani, it's your turn. He's no longer poisoned. Or wait, is it the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, so for now he's poisoned.
And I'm just gonna step forward and this time just shoot with a regular radiant bolt, not poison it.
Okay. Oh yeah, 27 would strike.
For a total of 30 points of damage.
Okay. That would drop him.
And I will use my reaction to capture his essence in a soul trinket.
Alright. So, after the bell toll on this one,
I knew it.
those with a 14 or higher passive would hear large footsteps coming from the west. Something
Yes.
may have heard the, what's it called? The bell toll spell.
Do we stop the mind lead going?
Yeah.
Let
So
everybody know I hear footsteps.
I'm gonna stay in initiative for now, because there might be other enemies in the area, though you don't see them yet due to the large trees. So, Beldani, after you do that, what are you gonna do?
I still have my bonus action, so I will dash.
That's what it was. I couldn't think of Toll the Dead for some reason.
I didn't actually realize that Toll the Dead was like something like a sound that travels any distance. Like, because most of the spells say like how far it can
It
be heard
does
and
say
stuff.
it.
Does
I
it?
think all it
Yeah.
says is that a dolorous bell fills the air. It does not specify. a
Yeah,
range.
it just was like the air around the target. Yeah.
Haven't you heard Zalia's sound effect? It's loud. Dong.
Teleportation
Yeah.
makes sound, so that's gonna make
I mean,
sound.
to be
Uh,
fair, Lou did say every time you cast it, there's a loud spell, dong. So
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it's not like it rang over the hilltops or anything, but it made
Gotcha.
more noise than, like, stabbing something would.
So I can only move 15 feet because it's difficult terrain, so that is the end of my turn.
Okay. You hear movement to the west. You don't see anything yet, though. Donnie.
You said we hear movement to the west.
Yeah, so the movement you heard was over here. Oh wait, that's painting black. That's not helpful.
Not so much.
I said painting black. That's weird. Over here. Oh wait, no, I'm pinging up in
Still not seeing
hidden
it.
mode. All right, over here. There.
There we go.
There we go.
Right
Okay.
there, so-
And then our goal is to head south, right?
Yeah, so Tyron at this point would kind of motion to move south, being, stealthy.
Yep.
Try to avoid them if we can. Oh wait, is Betha going?
Yeah. Like
I thought the whole group was.
Oh no, we're still in
No, we're
initiatives.
still in
we're
initiative.
still in
with it.
initiative.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Because it does matter the order at this point, because there are
Where was
enemies
I?
going forward. Yeah, you were about there. That's
Okay.
right. So Donnie, what do you want to do?
so. Donnie is going to motion to Theo, Ivor, and Zalia, and just kind of run on by me, and he is going to go over here and attempt to kind of hide behind this tree while everybody runs past him,
Okay.
hopefully holding up the back.
So you use your action to stealth. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Yep.
Oh wait, why did Zalia move?
Oh, sorry, I forgot we weren't turning.
Oh yeah, no worries. Alright, so Donnie, yeah, you're probably well hidden. That's it for Donnie. Theo, what do you want to do?
So, teleporting things makes a sound. Would Vortex Warp make a big enough sound to alert the... It is off in the distance.
Can you link Vortex Warp?
I don't think the teleporting does necessarily make a sound always.
I mean, it makes magic.
I don't think it does.
Magic in general makes a little bit of noise, but it's nothing as pronounced like a dong from the bell. So
Right.
It's not as big. Yeah, I mean, there's also verbal and somatic. It makes some noise.
Well, this comes out of spell storing items, so there is no verbal or somatic from this.
Oh, fair enough. So it just make magic noise, which is like probably equivalent to, I don't know, like small to moderate.
Breathe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's recognizable. It's not like you couldn't hear it from like 100 feet away, but if you're in like the area, it's recognizable.
Okay, and Donnie said to move south. Activate my boots so I'm flying above the surface instead of actually running through the snow.
Okay. You're flying
I get
south.
35 feet of movement because Infiltrator, and then action, I'm going to use spell storing item to vortex warp Betha from where she is 90 feet south of me.
Alright, Betha, just wah wah. I assume you're not resisting Betha.
No, I will not.
So yeah, you are suddenly
she's-
just wah 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 south somewhere.
I think I put her off the map, but
It has to be somewhere you can see.
Yeah, so it
Well,
can't
then
be in
as
the
far on the
trees.
map
It would
as
have to be probably like down here, or like in the trees here. It would be at the edge of the trees.
alright, yeah, then I'll put her right there. That should let her get out next turn.
Okay. Anything else, Theo?
I can't use my bonus action to move, so that's it.
Alright, you would hear movement in the trees as something is approaching. You would hear that over here. It's getting close. You don't see it yet. That's it for that creature. Another creature is moving through the trees. And it is coming up from up here. Up north. That is it for that one. This guy's dead, so he lays there dead. Nettle.
Nettle's just gonna fly up to where the frost giant is.
Okay. Flies up there. Top of the round, Ivor.
Well, oh, actually, well, that could be really good, but then they're gonna know we're here, or something is. Yeah, I don't know about that. All right. All right, I'm gonna move. Move 10 feet. Fucking difficult terrain, man. Yeah, 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. I'm gonna dash. I already did one diagonal. God damn. 50 feet. 60 feet. And that may be all I can do.
Is that it for you?
Yeah, I think so, yep.
Alright. Tyron is going to come up this way. He says he sees Donnie is not well hidden. He says, go, I'll hold them back. I'll meet you later. Just head south. He's trying to intercept them over here. Ending his turn here, he's going to take the dodge action and growl, readying his axes. Zalia.
15 feet to Ivor, and then I'm going to dimension door the two of us.
Wow.
I guess down to where Betha is. I can get there.
Yeah,
You can dimension door like
Yeah.
500 feet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to get a bit ahead of her. I'll get like...
and I don't think you have to see either, so you could just poof into a forest somewhere ahead. But
Well, I don't want to poof us in the middle of a tree, but...
Don't yet.
True.
I'm going to poof us like down about 30 feet ahead of her, and I'm assuming I can see in the clearing.
Okay. Just poofs right off the map.
Well, the Betha started shuffling through the snow and just whomp across the entire field.
Everyone poofs. Alright, that's it for
Just
you,
MC
Zalia.
Zalia.
Yeah, that's it.
Betha?
I guess I'll keep running.
So if you want, you can say you're kind of waiting at the bottom for everyone, or you can leave the map. It's up to you.
No, I mean, I'll since Zalia and Ivor are ahead by 30 feet, right? So I'll go. I can only go 2 squares in the snow, so
you start
I'm
making
moved
your way
10
through the snow. Yeah. All right. Beldani.
I'm assuming I can't see any of the Yetis from where I am right now.
No, but you definitely hear them shuffling around in there. And Tyron is kind of waving you to go. I can lose them.
Alright, then if he's waving for me to go, I'm going to action, bonus action, and movement just run, so that means I can move a total of 45 feet.
Hup, 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 hup. Alright, so you're trudging through the snow going south. That's it for you, I assume?
Yes.
Alright, so a Yeti goes, it comes crashing through the forest, coming out here, double moving, so it just got here, it can't attack yet. Donnie. He would once again say, get back, just go!
Yeah, so I'll do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Action, dash, 5, 10, 15, and then I would kind of meet up with the group and stay as the last person back behind the group.
Yeah, I assume you're kind of moving together,
Yeah.
covering each other as you go. Theo.
Very tempted to help the giant, but I'll head south to the party.
Alright, so you're flying over everything.
35,
Yeah, I was actually
Action
wondering if
for
Donnie
another
would try to
45.
fight as well.
Yeah.
I got this, we're doing it! Tyron just was like, oh god.
Technically, I actually lost my rage.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, he probably wouldn't
Oh,
want to
because we
spend
had a
another
round of
one.
movement, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so another Yeti comes barreling through. This one is going to take some attacks because it was closer. So it's going for Tyron, though at disadvantage. Claw. Oh. Well, apparently it still hit him twice. And the gaze does nothing, but it would get 2 claw hits. So he takes 17 and 16. He still looks pretty good. That's it for him. Another Yeti is going to come barreling through to the north.
Did he point out to us? I knew we were almost to the Enclave. Did he point out to us the direction to go in?
Yeah, you kind of saw it from here. You're actually pretty close. It's probably only another like 10 minutes or so walking through the woods. So this one attacks at disadvantage. Miss and miss. Alright, so he barely, just missed too. So he barely holds this one back, telling you all to go. Nettle.
Nettle's just gonna fly up to Ivor and I.
Okay, so at this point I think you can all leave the map, so we can probably... Yeah.
I would try throwing down a hypnotic pattern on my way out. They are in range. He'd probably have to try and save against it 2, but if he fails it, I'll just drop it.
Alright. If that's what you want to do, you hypnotic pattern. So they get to make wisdom
DC 17
saves.
wisdom.
There's a bit
Hoping
of
he's
a
way more wise than them.
flash of light. Wow. First one fails it. Is it charmed? I think it's charmed.
It's charmed, and the creature is incapacitated and it has a speed of 0.
Okay. Third one fails it, and Tyron. Fortunately, I don't think Wisdom is one of his good saves, but we'll see. 15?
He would fail, but I could also vortex warp him far away from them, and once we think we've gotten some things in between us and them, because the wind's blowing southwards, they won't be able to track us as easy. I can drop it and let him free and be like, come on, run.
Can you...
If he takes damage, it's broken, right?
If it takes damage.
Or
Oh,
if you shake
yeah,
it
so-
out of its stupor.
I could, because we have the mind thing going, if anybody can shoot Tywin with some low damage, get him.
Well, I think that I'm out of range because we've gone down like another 20 or 30 feet, right?
If it comes down to it,
Yeah.
I can...
Go ahead.
If it comes down to it, I can wait one turn, pop him once with my ranged attack, because that would reach, and then have him come with us while holding... I have it for a minute.
I could try it with the sling, but I'd have
I
to
can-
steal my weapon. Yeah.
I can actually just run up
Well,
15 feet,
you probably
shoot him with
wouldn't-
my crossbow, and
You probably
run
wouldn't
back.
have time to discuss it, so I'll probably say, Theo, you can't do any more actions on your turn, right?
Correct. It would have to wait, so it's
Alright.
Theo's waiting and see if somebody else tries to hit, but if not, he's going to hit him real fast and keep going, because he
Wait,
can get a lot of movement.
I don't want to see Theo on the initiative. What happened?
He's down at the bottom.
Oh, because he just went. Right?
Yeah,
Um,
well, we actually, he just chose, it was
Oh,
sort of
'cause
an
you
out of
were-
combat thing, and then he was like, oh, I'm going to do this. So it's a little bit
yeah,
ambiguous.
Yeah, okay. So if you weren't running, I'm going to go through the initiatives, because that wouldn't have happened just then. So let's just say we go through the Theo. Maybe he tells everyone to wait and does his thing. Wong, 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 wong. The Yeti would go next. He is charmed for now. That one's charmed. Nettle. What's Nettle doing? Flying away with Azalea. Okay, Ivor.
I'm going to... see, do I have to call it? I do. And I don't want to hit him more than an easy, but I don't want to miss either. It's better for him to be awake. So... No, that'll hurt a lot if I...
Fireball!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna firebolt instead of... Nah,
Wake
fuck,
up,
what if I
Tyron.
miss? Yeah, no, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast instead.
Alright,
I just need to wake him up.
so you're just sending one of them at him, maybe?
No,
You
since
can put the other ones at a dead corpse.
I could. Well, if I was just trying to hit him once, then I would have tried to hit him with the firebolt. I just don't want to miss.
Oh, okay.
So I'm actually trying to.
make
I'm
sure
gonna
you
send all
hit.
three.
Alright.
Yep. More opportunities to wake him up.
Triple crit. Oh.
That would be
you
unfortunate.
You would hit him twice. He turns around angrily, then kind of realizes what just happened, and nods to you. And he is going to take his 17. Still doesn't look wounded, and quickly rush south.
Nice.
Seeing that these things are stunned for the moment, because he would be next, and say, "Let's move, let's move." And I assume
Give
you're
him a
leaving
salute.
the area.
Yep.
Okay. All done.
I love Hypnotic Pattern.
It was pretty clever, dude. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was nice.
Okay.
Hopefully they don't join the fight later.
This mind link thing is actually really cool too, because it does give us a lot of options that we wouldn't normally have.
Oh yeah, we could actually talk and still be stealthy.
And-
Alright.
And then we can talk to each other in front of other people without actually like being overheard and stuff. It's pretty cool.
It's about to run out though, so I'm gonna have to recast it before this fight.
Yeah, I
There's
was
some
going to
items
ask
Thea wants
Lou.
to make that helps with that.
Do we want to take a quick break? 5 minutes?
Yeah, sounds good.
Sure.
Because we're about to approach the fort.
Oh, I'm ready, dude. I've been ready. I was born ready.
I've been ready. Okay.
I really want to make somebody in the party a side crystal.
A what?
Side crystal. You get telepathy as long as you're attuned to it.
Hmm.
So it could have somebody working kind of like the Soul Knife Rogue can be the intermediary that keeps everybody mentally connected.
Nice.
I'm still very disappointed in psionics. I feel like they have kind of afterthought them. I wish there was more rules for countering them and making them part of magic.
Could
yeah,
I put
that would be nice.
Could I put the side crystal on a chain, a nice long chain, and therefore still be wearing it, not absorb it into me when I wild shape? Would that be able to work that way? Kind of like the
I'm not
insignia of
sure.
Prague?
I'm not sure, but also the thing with it. Hang on. There's something with
I'm
intelligence
actually
we're tied
asking
to it,
this
but
question. I'm actually asking this question for Beryl. Like that might be really advantageous for a moon druid to be able to talk to her party while she's shifted.
you could. But depending
Face-up-
on how
face-up
strong
her
the
to
telepathy is, it gives off different levels of light. Like if 15 feet of telepathy, it gives off dim light for 5 feet, 30
That's
feet,
interesting.
bright light in 5 foot radius, and dim light for additional 5, 60 feet of telepathy for 10 foot of bright, 10 foot of dim, 120 feet of telepathy for 15 foot of light, and then 15 of. Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool.
Yeah. Like I think it would be useful for anyone. I was thinking like telepathy in general, like some form of communication for someone who's wild shaped a lot. Like I know I encounter that as an
Oh, that'd
issue a
be
lot
real
on my
good.
moon druid. Yeah.
That's a great idea. But you could probably wear it on a chain or something, because it is just like a big gem.
What's a good idea?
Yeah.
I feel like I
Well,
missed
you
it.
could. Yeah, you
A
can
side
do it with
crystal
the
for a
insignia of
wild-shaped
Prague,
druid.
too, yeah.
Because they'll have telepathy.
A what crystal?
A side crystal.
Side crystal. Oh yeah.
It's a magic item. I love it. I want to make one for somebody in the party so we can always have somebody doing telepathic communication between us.
Yeah. Another pretty neat druid combo specifically is what the fuck are those dudes called?
The Ghostwise.
Yep.
Halfling.
Exactly
Yeah.
correct.
Yep.
The what?
Ghostwise
Ghostwise.
halflings can talk telepathically as a racial feat. So if
Ooh,
you are a
right,
ghostwise
yeah.
halfling and you wild shape, you can be a telepathic bear.
I actually played in a game that had a Ghostwise halfling bear barbarian mix.
Mhm.
So she was a barbarian that was in bear form. She would rage and then be in bear form, and she could talk to us, and it was great.
That does sound pretty cool. Hey, Lou, hope for maybe them revisiting size stuff in the future. Spelljammer really involves that kind of stuff.
Well, I just feel like there's no good counters to Psi right now, like magically, or good magic counters like Psi, because they kind of treat them all as the same thing. Because you, technically, I mean, I don't think you would be able to counterspell a Psi ability. Unless you
Yeah,
just
'cause you
treat
don't
it
see
like
it.
magic. Yeah, because you wouldn't see it.
Yeah,
So-
they'd be like subtle spelling things.
So
But
I just feel
more-
like there should be more answers to psionics. Which
I think
there
for the
are
most
not
part
right
they
now.
were just like, just treat it like mind magic instead of arcane magic.
Yeah, I would rather. I kind of like the idea of how they used to do psionics, like it was almost like a separate war being waged in the minds of psionicists during the battle. But that was also way too complicated. So I don't feel like they found a good design for it yet.
One day, hopefully.
Yeah, I might just try to do some kind of homebrew thing to Because I was thinking about it, like, there's kind of like magic, psionics, and like supernatural abilities, like with the monks, you know, key points and creatures' ability to just do things that you wouldn't normally be able to do. But they're not really grouped by that. It's all just sort of magic or creature abilities, or yeah. Like I don't
Creature
think,
abilities seem to be more of a thing now too.
yeah, like the fighter's ability to second wind or you know, action surge. There's no real classification for that. Like there's no supernatural.
digging deep.
It's just something he can kind of do once a day. So
I just imagine it like in anime or superhero stuff where they're digging deep and they should be beaten,
Yeah.
but the hope of everybody's on them, so they dig deeper and get that oof.
yeah, and I almost feel like it should just be like classified as some kind of supernatural thing, like that you can just achieve like a superhuman ability from lots of training and yeah, like you said, digging deep.
I saw somebody asking about supernatural abilities or martials, but it being things like doing a shockwave attack or a sweeping strike that hits more than one thing in front of you.
Yeah, which they sort of did in 4th edition, but that was kind of weird because it was like, I can only do this once a day. It's like, why? I don't know. I guess it's the same thing as like action surge or anything, but most of their powers were based on once a day or once a encounter.
I could see them giving barbarians some like shockwave from Wilm, but a certain amount of uses per long rest
Yeah.
or titan proficiency bonus.
Is everyone back?
I think so.
Alright.
Yep.
So...
I've heard from Zalia.
Oh, she...
Zalia, are you back?
She typed
She's back.
in the,
Oh,
in the chat.
nice.
Alright, so you are getting close to the fort. Still in the cover of the trees, so you think you're well hidden. You would see that there are giants moving around behind the wall. You can just kind of peek over with their large height. You can see them back there, keeping an eye out.
Would I know how much time is left on my spell?
When did you cast it? Probably like 10,
When we
15
encountered-
minutes.
Okay.
Oh, we have a potion of invisibility, right?
I think so.
I could drink that and do a fly-up view, see what I can see, and let y'all know.
Well, we could send Nettle out.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Alright, so yeah, are you sending Nettle to let them know that you're in position?
I'll look over at Beldani. Were you going to send your Raven? And Nettle might be able to do more good here.
I'm happy to send the Raven.
You attach a note to him or something?
No, the Raven can. The statue can become a Raven for up to 12 hours.
Oh, this is your
While in-
magical item, right?
Yeah, while in Raven form, the figurine allows you to cast the Animal Messenger spell on it at will.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't think you've used this before. I remember you got it a long time ago.
It has been. I used it once when we were in a dungeon to let Zalia know that I was being held
Yeah.
somewhere else in the dungeon. But yeah, I will bring out this little silver figurine, whisper a few words, and you'll see it transform into a raven in my hand.
So it flies away to give the message. Could you link the Animal Messenger
Sure.
spell? It flies over the trees into the snowy lands to the north.
So this is how that crow video saying "fuck" happened.
Alright.
That just made me think of Schitt's Creek.
It says I need to have visited the location, although I am at the location just on the other side of it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see it where you think it is.
They said they were attacking front gate and we had to pass around, so...
Yeah, well, they aren't waiting for you at the front gate, though. They're a ways back.
Otherwise, it would be obvious.
Yeah.
So you can't tell your crow
What
You're
is
a
it?
raven to look for the most beautiful giantess they've ever seen.
Well, I can describe the giantess, but I just need to specify a location.
All right. Yeah, I'll say that's fine. You can. You
We
kind
know
of
they're
saw
at
it
the
in the
front gate.
distance. Yeah, I mean you. Well, I mean they're a ways back, but they kind of pointed out to you where they were going, and you can see it in the distance. So, sure, you'll send your animal looking for her.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll just say we are in position.
Okay. So he, the giant Tyran, would say, "Can it bring a message back from her?"
It cannot.
All right. She told me in the situation.
Even if she ties it to the leg.
Well,
If she thinks of that.
if she
Right.
thinks of that, then yes, but because it will return to me.
So he says she told me she would give us 15 minutes from when she receives the message, and then she'll attack. So,
Saying
if we
we're
didn't-
telepathic bond again, and I will include all of us, not the giant, right?
You
No,
don't
I'll
want to
include
include
the
John? Yeah, be good to
There's one
strategize
more
with him too.
include, yeah.
okay.
Well, it's limited in number, but I believe it's us plus one.
Awesome.
So yeah, as long as you can do 7, you would be able to include him. You'd be fine. So he says in 15 minutes we should hear in 15 minutes from when she gets the message, we should hear the attack. So I'm guessing.
Do we want to stay here at the tree line, or do we want to get closer while my concealment magic is still up?
That's a good question. He says it might be worth doing, but if we get too close, we risk alerting them early, which could be bad if they think an attack is coming from the north first. They'll know we're back here. What do you all think? But we do have the benefit of... yeah, go ahead.
Is there any, looking at what I see of the fortress in front of me, is there anywhere on this side of the fortress where we could be sort of up against the wall but still have or very close to the wall,
So
but still have a place to hide?
So to get to the wall, you'd have to go up a hill, which would put you in the open. So if you did that now without invisibility, it's likely they'd see you, unless you kind of waited and hoped there was a shift change, which gave you an opportunity to do that. Though, yeah, there's like the hill. On top of the hill, there's the wall. Then down the hill, probably it looks like they did lumber or cut down some of these trees to clear the area. There's about a 50-foot gap between the tree line and the hill, the bottom of the hill. I mean,
So
if you could somehow make it make it 50 feet and up the hill, you could go up against the wall and they couldn't see you unless they were walking the perimeter, which no one is right now.
And what's the distance up the hill? So we've got 50 feet from the tree line to the hill. And then...
let's see, the hill is not... So the hill is very steep, but it's not that high. So you'd have to do a little bit of climbing. It's probably about a 15-foot climb to get up the hill. But it is steep, so it would be, without like grappling hooks or something, it would be a tough climb.
We can do
Yeah.
rope trick to give us a chance to hide if we want to move closer while we still have Vath's help. Also, with the charges I have, I think Vortex warp everybody but me and keep Vathel with me. Us head up to y'all.
I think
And
Yeah.
whenever it comes to time to attack, I can fly up and use pin and rope to secure it for y'all.
I think the getting close part is the hard part, though. You know.
I can Vortex
How
warp
far-
most people there.
I was going
How
to say,
far
if you
away
can
from
get
it are we?
So
everyone there but me.
I can give you a bit of an idea of what the area looks like
I mean, if we're close enough that we could get there pretty quickly, I think it makes the most sense to just wait for the attack to happen, because it'll be the distraction that it's meant to be.
Right. We can just dash the
Yeah,
last 100 feet or whatever as the first thing
I think that's
when
fair.
battle begins.
Is there enough snow and stuff to make Baith only move 10 feet a turn?
Yeah, it's the same conditions as usual. It would be a pain. It's not something you could.
I could piggyback on someone, so I'll keep my last wild shape in case I need Chive. Actually, I'm probably gonna summon Chive when we're heading in, just to have her handy. But yeah, if I could piggyback on someone's back, that might be helpful for the dash.
Okay.
And I'll just look at Donnie.
Everybody turns to Donnie.
Everyone's just gonna piggyback on Donnie. I mean, he could probably hold Beldani and like. Don't you have doesn't he have the ability to carry a lot more?
Powerful build.
You just have like Beldani on one arm, Baith on the other.
I don't think anyone else was asking him to carry them.
I just like the image of Donnie running through the snow with everyone on his back.
I could see him like, I
could see him doing
going
it.
off with it. Yeah.
He could do it.
All right, so you're gonna wait. Is that decision?
Acceptable, Donnie?
It's fine.
All right. So you are waiting for the distraction. It is about 3:30 when there are yells from the. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm going to stow my shield. My shield is now lashed to my back so that I have an extra free hand, and I am going to summon Chive.
All right, with your wild shape.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, it's probably about 3:30 when there is a yell and a brrr, and you hear a bunch of commotion coming from the fort. Several of the guards at the back begin to shift towards the front as there are just indistinct yells in the distance that are kind of hard to hear. And you would hear a bunch of crashing as it sounds like, or actually you would see like these huge rocks start raining down upon the wall. So I assume you are rushing up?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it does look like there's one guy kind of keeping an eye on the back area. Do you want to just
Can we
try
snipe
to rush
him?
it?
I would think to everyone,
May I
can we
at
snipe
this
him?
point drink the fire breath potion?
Nice.
Yeah, sure. How long does that last?
1 hour.
Okay, so it tastes like a very strong spirit. You drink the fire breath potion. So yeah, let me.
Taking a fireball shot.
Exactly. So yeah, do you want to just rush up and he'll probably see you, but it looks like most of the fighting is happening at the front of the fort.
I would
Does this
think
guy
to
have a horn?
everybody. Yeah, I would think to everybody, like, is there anyone that can snipe him, that can do something from afar to knock him over?
Yes, this one does have a horn, but it does look like the majority of the group of giants is engaged at the front gate, as well as some of them out front of the fort, like engaging directly with the other group of giants who came up. Because it looks like they broke down large sections of the wall already.
I
So,
think even if they heard it, I don't think that they would be in a position to respond.
question, Lou. If the giant with that might give off the warning, if he doesn't see Beldani get warped in behind him, would Beldani get sneak attack?
I mean, he would probably only if he was surprised.
So,
if you
I mean,
if
he
you
had-
could get close enough to warp him in without him noticing you, then probably, yeah.
I mean, he can see, because as long as Beldani is within 90 feet of him, he can warp him as far as he can see.
I
So-
can warp him 90 feet away from where I am.
Yeah.
So it's
thought it was
90 feet
just-
forward from 90 feet backwards if I wanted. If he was on the perimeter of my 90 feet, then I could put him 90 feet forward of where my position is. So it makes him move like 180 feet. Or, no,
I thought
90
it
feet.
was way... You magically twist space around another creature you can see within range. And then the target is teleport. Oh, within range. Yep. Never mind. Okay.
But
So-
with how it was described and stuff, could be invisibility potion. You get close enough, warp him in, and he might be able to get rid of the giant before giant horns.
I mean, taking out a giant in one shot seems like a tall order for any of us.
True.
Tyron says, "Are we going?"
Maybe not for Beldani.
I thought we already started running, but
Alright, so you are rushing.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay, I guess we're
I
rushing.
think so.
what's the distance? The hill we're charging up?
I was thinking if Bell's able to get the sneak off and other people ranged attacked, we might be able to kill him quick.
What's the distance?
So it's 50 feet from the tree line to the hill, which is about a 15-foot climb, and then there's the 10-foot ice wall on top of the hill.
Are there
Oh,
crenellations?
then I can warp
or-
him from the tree line.
Can you warp the giant off of the wall? And
He
Down.
could try resisting it with a con save, and
Gotcha,
giants are
gotcha.
quite conny.
I'm happy to be warped wherever you would like to send me. Theo, so
So give me some stealth checks as you approach through the trees, trying to remain unseen. Oh. Ivor like trips.
Nope.
what are
over
you
a
doing?
branch.
Not like that.
Oh,
Tell Metal to stay where he is for the moment.
No.
16 is the lowest so far.
Well, the aura's gone.
15. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, because you said there was only 15 minutes left on it before, right?
Oh, that's right. We waited for the
For the
15
attack,
minutes after
yeah.
the yeah.
All right, so you would be
Crashing out of the trees.
So he would, or the guard would see you approaching. He would yell, and he's gonna get a round of throwing some rocks. So you do have some cover. So before you hit the map, who's in front? Is it Donnie?
Donnie.
All right. Are you raging now, or are you gonna wait till you get closer?
I would wait until I probably got a little bit closer.
All right. So.
Can Theo already be up in the air?
So he gets to react to our charge,
Are we
like,
meant
but we
to be
don't.
on the map, Luke?
Like, shouldn't we roll initiative?
So
They've seen us and they're reacting.
So I assume you're rushing up. I was gonna give him one round of throwing rocks before you enter the map, unless
Lou,
you wanna...
Oh, that was what I was going to ask. Okay.
Yeah,
I just thought
no.
if we were in range of his rocks, then he's in range of our stuff. But that's the only reason I asked.
I was
whether
like,
or
yeah,
not
if we're 50 feet
all
away,
see.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to
Oh,
shoot?
yeah.
Do you want to shoot?
I want
at
to
him
see if
from
we
back
can
here,
shoot at him
or-
before he can pummel us.
Well, we don't know where here is. If
So-
we were that close, I wouldn't even rush out of the. I would have stayed where I was and cast firebolts.
yeah. Can you remind us the current range? I thought you said it was like 50 feet or something.
So you were moving towards the edge of the tree line when when they heard you. So you're probably about 150 feet or so back.
Oh.
So it would still be disadvantage for the rock throw, but you could be back here shooting at him as well. I just figured you'd want to get closer before you started firing, because you want to get inside the fort, right? Or do you want to stay? in
I
range
thought
and
we
try to
were.
take
I
him
thought
out?
we were 50 feet away from him because that was said
Oh,
earlier.
so
I
at
think
the-
it was like 75 after the climb.
So you were farther back. You weren't at the edge of the tree line yet, because I thought you were waiting to get there.
I thought that's where we were waiting for the.
I thought that's
the
where.
attack
I thought that's
to
where we
Oh,
were
you
running.
thought
Rush
we
from
were-
the tree line 50 feet
okay,
of the
so
hill, then 15 feet of the hill, then 10
Yeah,
foot
it doesn't-
climb.
It doesn't make sense to rush through the cover.
Yeah, I thought we were waiting on the edge of the trees.
Okay. See,
and then charging
I
across the
thought you were
open. Yeah.
staying at the distance to avoid being seen, so I must have misunderstood.
Well, is the tree
Uh,
line? Is the tree line not cover? Is it not thick enough that you could use them to hide?
Oh yeah, no, you could have gotten closer. It's just you may have been seen sneaking up. That's why.
Yeah.
Tyron said, "Well, maybe we should just wait." Because there were
Well, we
Gotcha.
we would
so
have
we
had
were-
we
there
would
were
have
a bunch of guards on the northern side before. There was like 4, and now there's only 1.
Gotcha. No, that's fine. Okay, so the stealth check was to make it through the trees to the tree line without getting
Yes.
seen, not
Yeah, yeah.
making it
Because you
from the
couldn't-
tree line to him.
Yeah, because that would be open. You couldn't hide from him once you're out of the tree
Gotcha.
line.
Okay. All right.
That would just be open area. and you
I
would just
thought
see-
that because we still had the pass without trace while we were waiting for the attack, that we would have used that to get into place and conceal ourselves right at the edge of the tree line.
Yeah,
but
that's why Theo was
I think
talking
that
about
was
using
the
our 15 minutes to get as close as possible before it
Mhm.
dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there
Yeah.
just would have been a chance one of the 4 guys up on the wall would have seen you. We can say you were at the edge. That's fine. That might have was on me for not explaining that better.
But yeah, it does sound like we have a
So-
longer run than we realized, and we're out in the open. So I understand that we're probably going to have some rocks thrown at us.
All right, let's just do initiative then, and I'll say you're running from the tree line, and that's on me for not saying it more clearly.
Sounds good.
I'll wait till
Well,
we get to the map.
When
Yeah.
I clear the mind, it's normal for us all to kind of think we're like we hear descriptions and we form a picture, but we form different pictures, each of us.
Well,
so.
it's just always
Yeah.
a little. It's a little fuzzy
Yeah.
in theater of the mind. So I get it.
Mhm.
All right, ignore the trees up there. They're not actually there. And give me initiative rolls.
Where should we be placing our tokens to?
Oh,
roll
you're sorry, you're already
Oh,
on
I
the
see.
map. You're up here,
Oh, yep. Thank you.
and you can move around if you don't want to be in that position as you're running forward.
Not be in the front.
Hey, Betha.
Yes, I will move where you move. I'm on you.
Well, no,
If you have advantage,
He's
one
asking for your rear.
the one you didn't roll a 1. You rolled an 11.
Oh,
That's right. Never mind.
Luke,
yeah,
could
yeah.
I-
think you and say do better.
Could I have been up in the air already?
You could have taken off just now as you rushed. So if you want, you can say you were like 10 feet off the ground.
Okay.
You can roll again, Donnie. She admonishes you.
No, I can't because I have advantage.
I'm going to put you all back.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I don't have a good 50-foot
I
line,
see,
so I'll just say
gotcha,
you're
okay.
starting back there. So the first act, as you were rushing up, is Zalia. So yeah, you're in the open, the creature sees you, he's yelling, getting ready to throw rocks. What do you want to do? Ignore these trees, they're not actually here.
is this some sort of trench or
That is
barricade?
the hill, the 15-foot climb.
Oh, I see. So it's like just elevation. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast haste on Donnie.
Nice.
Donnie's pleased.
Donnie is pleased by this.
His normal, straight-lined mouth that you occasionally see go into a frown when he's hurt has an ever so slight twinge to the lip of happiness.
That's good because he's been pouting ever since the troll cave.
There you go, Donnie. Alright, so
Moping through
Donnie's,
the snow.
you, as you're running forward, you quickly touch Donnie, casting haste. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Should I put any counter on me for that, or just...
You just remember it.
Yep.
Zalia would have to do the minute timer and the concentration. But
Fair
yeah, you just kind of.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna forget.
Is that what it is?
It is
Is the yellow automatic?
No, it's the stopwatch.
Oh.
Stopwatch or the green 0 are the 2 timers now. Alright, so the Frost Giant actually goes next, surprisingly.
That's not
He is
Yeah, we didn't have very good rolls except Zalia.
He is going to yell, seeing he's not getting any backup. He's just gonna pick up his rocks and start blasting. So he sees Donnie running, so he's gonna throw the first rock at Donnie.
Yep.
Rock.
And not that I want to get hit, but since I'm on Donnie's back, is there like some sort of like possibility that I would be hit?
No, it's not
instead?
AoE. You're
Always going to be him. Okay.
He's he would have to target you.
Sorry, Donnie.
Donnie's your mount right now, so he's just moving independently. You
I don't
can't
like how this is
you
being
can't
described.
grab his
No, I don't really think that's
grab
fair
his
either, but-
mustache. Yeah. Go horse, go. So 32 bludgeoning.
Yep.
Second rock is gonna get thrown at Theo. 28.
That hits.
You are smacked for 27 bludgeoning. A nasty hit. That's it for the everlasting one. Betha, atop your Donnie mount.
I would like to. Are there crenellations? Like, is there like a barrier that, or is he kind of right on the edge of things?
He's standing at the edge of the wall.
Or a guardrail.
He's actually taller than the wall. So the wall is at about 10 feet, and he's closer to like 15. So he can see over.
Oh, there's. Oh, only like. Oh, so it is. There is crenellations. There is like a guardrail that's that's 2/3 of his height.
Yeah, I mean, for him it's more of a guardrail. For you, it's like a wall.
Like, if he was pulled with any force, could he be pulled over it? Is I guess what I was getting at.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, I'm just because I don't have anything else to do for this little section of travel. I'm going to hold a thorn whip for when Donnie gets close to here and has to start climbing.
If you want to mark height, use the flight with a 1 for every 10 feet of elevation.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when Donnie gets within 5 feet of the hill, and because I know Donnie's going to be more vulnerable once he starts climbing, I will try to use a thorn whip to see if I can knock him off balance or pull him over the edge or something.
Right. So you ready a thorn whip?
Yeah.
Okay. That is it for you.
Oh, never mind. I can't pull him because he's not large or smaller.
Oh, because he's 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's correct.
Oops. Shoot. I'll do the thorn whip anyway. Just smack him to distract him, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what else to do, guys. Sorry. So I'll just go with that.
Donnie.
Bonus action rage, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, hasted double speed, 5.
Oh.
What check would you like me to make to climb?
Alright, well, Betha, I think your whip would go off at this point.
Yeah, it would.
'Cause you're
yeah, I'll just do that real quick.
just at the edge there. So, okay, so you whip up at him. Whoosh. 23 would strike.
Oh, I meant to click this.
So you do 12 plus 7, 19 damage. A nasty hit. So if you're climbing, Donnie, you're climbing at half speed, and you would have to make an athletics check.
Sure.
Which you have advantage on, luckily.
Ooh.
So you grab onto the wall and begin hoisting yourself up. That's 30 feet of movement to get up there.
Yeah, so it took 40 to get here, so that was 30 feet. I have an additional 10 feet of movement for 40 feet speed.
Yeah.
5, 10 to get to there.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. And so this wall, does it look climbable? Does it look reachable? Does it look...
So it's solid ice. You probably couldn't climb it, unless you could... Yeah, you'd probably have to break it down or get, like, maybe... Yeah, even if you jumped up, you got nothing to grab onto. You just slip right off. So it's a predicament. We're not sure what to do at this point, probably.
So at this point...
You could attack the wall, I guess.
Yeah, and actually that is what... Oh, wait, no, that's a bonus action. I can't do that, actually. You know what I'm going to do then instead is I am going to, mark that I used another rage. And then I will go ahead and... I'm actually going to pull a javelin off of my back and just... You said we can see the guy. I'm guessing he has some level of cover, but I'd still be able to throw a javelin at him.
Yeah, he has medium cover.
Yep. I think at this point here, I'm gonna throw a javelin at him, try to get him more pissed off at me, because I'm gonna need more abilities to be able to breach that wall. Or use my bonus action.
Alright, you throw a javelin. Oh yeah, 27 would strike.
Okay.
As the javelin goes up and over the wall, hitting him in the shoulder for 12.
Plus, I still get my Divine Fury with that, even without it being the...
Is that
wait, no, I think Divine Fury has to be,
I think it's just melee.
Oh, well, a weapon attack. It does not have to be melee.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Weapon attack.
interesting. So you can even bow that.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Alright, so yeah, that's smite that has to be melee, I think. Alright, so you do
It is.
20 points of damage.
Well, then I do have 2 javelins, so I'm going to use them both.
Do you... Well, I don't know if you could draw another one because you had used your item interaction.
Yeah, my item interaction, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine because I rolled a 1 anyway, so I'll go ahead and avoid having that problem.
Cheater! Cheater!
Sometimes your rulings go in our favor.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be my turn.
Alright, Theo.
I'm going to hand Bill Donnie the rope and pittance I had set up for this.
Item interaction, you kind of just drop them there.
I'm going to put them on him so I can vortex warp him onto the wall.
Alright.
So put them on him. I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Vortex warp him to... So, everywhere on the wall pretty much is in range of that giant to smack him, correct?
You mean with like a rock? Or with his great
Is this
axe?
not at the top of the wall or anything?
What was your question?
Yeah.
If I'm trying to make sure whenever I teleport Beldani on top of the wall, the giant's just not going to then multi-attack kill him. Like I'm not putting him directly by the giant.
Oh, on the top of the wall?
Yes, so he can put in a rope to let us climb, but don't also
well,
get 2 seconds.
I mean,
I think you would
the
just have to
giant-
guess the reach.
Yeah, the giant has a range. In the past, these things, I believe, had 10 feet reach.
I was gonna say, I said to teleport me wherever you'd like, so
Yeah.
Belle's not that
You
worried about being in range.
Yeah. You would have to get him either this far on this side, so on the same row as that pebble right
That
there.
works.
Or you could get him over on the other side, right here.
Yeah, could you link your vortex warp that you're casting? Or that you're using? So, yeah, 90 feet. Okay. Doesn't say you have to see the space, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think you do.
unoccupied space of
Oh,
your
you
choice
can
that
see.
you can see with the movement.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I mean, you in the past, this thing you believe has a 10-foot reach. I'll say that. You kind of
Alright.
remember.
I'm gonna also use the last 10 feet of movement to move up to 20 feet in the air.
Alright, so you're flying, casting Vortex Warp, and where are you sending Beldani? Or using Vortex Warp?
Right here where the walls are meeting.
Okay, so poof. You are suddenly up on this ice wall, which is really slippery. I need an acrobatics check. Whoa.
All right.
Pick the right man for the job.
Slip, slip, slip. Oh yeah, you do a pirouette. Ha! This is nothing.
And a little bow after.
He dances with the vortex warp.
Yeah, as he
Like
appears,
spins
he
into it
just
and then out of it.
jumps and yeah. Woo! Anything else, Theo? What was your action?
That would be it for me.
Okay, Beldani.
All right. I'm going to move forward. To the edge of the wall here.
Okay.
Well, take the rope and hook that Theo had given me and hook it. I'm assuming there's nothing in the wall that I could hook this thing to.
No, it's just solid ice. You have to start hammering it in.
Then I will take hammer and pitten and use my action to nail the rope in.
All right. The giant looks towards you angrily, but he can't act just yet. Ivor.
I was gonna.
Oh, sorry, you're doing something else.
Yes, because assuming that I can get it in this round, I was going to disengage and step back another 10 feet.
You'd probably have to. I mean, I don't know if you could hammer that in 6 seconds. That might. I'm going to say it's going to take you into next round. So you need just one round here.
Okay, then.
You're just frantically hammering into the ice. Oh god! Oh god!
I will stay right there.
Okay.
So, Ivor.
Yeah, Ivor, what are you doing?
Alright, so we have a pretty good idea of how far these things can throw, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward just 5 feet. I'm going to take my cane and pop it to the ground, all regal style, and I will channel some magical energies in the cane and create basically a red circle in the air 90 feet above me, out of which a fiendish spirit
wall of text appears.
Jesus, I did not expect that. Jesus.
The obelisk is here.
What is this, Star Wars? It starts scrolling. Alright.
Great. Now my whole next turn is going to be taken up with staring slack-jawed at you.
Welcome.
Go ahead and okay, there it is. So,
No shit, Donnie called it.
It is it has flying, right?
It does have
So
flying, yep.
the winged creature just poofs into existence far above. And I think you do have to give it commands, right, to make it do things?
I do. It, oh, hang on a minute.
It doesn't have to
There we
poof
go.
right next to you. I think it can poof anywhere you can see.
I did. I put it
Yeah,
90
put it
feet in
up
the air.
It's
That's
Oh,
why,
in
it
there.
has,
Oh,
that's why it has a
cool.
with a 9 on it. Yep. It does, yeah, it obeys my verbal commands. For anybody who's paying attention, which is probably only one person, there is a stark resemblance between this spirit and myself. It just looks like if you turned me up to 11.
Which I would never do.
So you all can see it
Adamantly
now.
avoid doing.
You flashed the magic item. They was paying attention.
So it looks like this. Just for a closer view of it.
It's Harry.
It's fiery.
Alright. So yeah.
That is my action. I do not believe that I have.
Does it get initiative or does it share yours? Like
It shares mine and acts immediately after. So if you want to put it in there
Yeah,
and then
let
just
me-
copy mine so we don't forget.
Let me put it in there. Just for
Perfect.
things like the
It's initiative 5.15.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure. Yeah.
So it goes after you. Is that it for you?
That is it for me.
Okay. So the fiendish spirit goes. You didn't give it a command yet, right? So it's just kind of.
Well, I would be giving it the command at this time.
Okay.
I will just tell it to.
So on your turn, you use your bonus action to command it, right? That's how it works.
I don't think I need to use a bonus action. There's no
Oh, really?
action required. Yeah. It obeys your verbal commands, no action required. If you don't issue any, it takes the dodge action and uses its move to avoid danger.
Okay. So I think.
Yeah,
I think you would have to command it on your turn, then it acts on its turn. So yeah, what did you say for its
correct. Well, yeah, I was just saying it's more or less at the same time, but I will just command it to hurl a flame 3 times at the wall, basically right here.
Okay, so it's attacking the wall.
With 3 hurl flames.
All right.
I'm not sure if this will actually. Oh, hang on a minute. Yes, what I'm going to do, it uses my spellcasting modifier, so I'm just going to use one of my spells
I
for the
think
attack.
if you click on the sheet, you should be able to do the attack if you set it up on the creature sheet.
Oh, in roll 20. I'm not used to roll 20.
Oh, okay.
On
Yeah,
beyond.
that's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, actually, this might work. Let's see what happens.
You should be able to do it as a extra, I believe.
So that did.
So it didn't.
So that did not. Yeah.
It doesn't have it programmed yet. So what's your modifier? Plus your.
My modifier to hit is +9.
Right. So yeah, 21 would easily strike.
Okay.
Which would do. What's the spell level?
It is 6th.
Alright, so 18
So this-
damage.
Well, is you roll and the spell level. It's 2d6 plus 3 plus the spell level.
Oh yeah, it's
Correct.
if you mouse over above. Oh well, I guess you did. That's fine. So 8 plus 3 plus
So 14.
14. All right. So yeah, the first one strikes the wall, burning it for 14, as some cracks appear in the outer layer.
Perfect.
Yeah, those would strike as well.
Excellent. And
And
Jesus.
that's plus what to each of those?
+6.
Okay, so the wall takes another 12 and 14, which is another 26. So 40? Yeah, 40 damage total, I believe. It is cracking, but it's still pretty thick. Anything else? Oh, actually, that is ice, so that would be 80 points. Yeah, you do a
Nice.
nasty bit of damage to the wall. It's still solid, but yeah, that was definitely a noticeable melting you did.
Perfect. That is it for me. Well, for him.
Okay, Zalia.
Just want to point out that it's 11:30 and it's the top of the round.
Oh, yeah, true. Why don't we do MVP votes and we'll continue the fort assault next time.
Perfect.
It's a cute dog there, Ivor.
He thinks he's a good boy. He's loud sometimes, but that's okay. He's talky.
His ears perked when you said that. Like, is it time?
Talky. Are you talky?
Sure, I get the damage you did. 80. Yep, there we go.
Shoot, guess I didn't need a big bell on top of the wall.
Ah,
Ivor straight up like, fuck the wall.
Fuck you.
He's like trying to pound in a pitten, and you're like melting the ice when you said it.
So looks like looks like there's a tie between Theo and Beldani. So I need D20 rolls from you two. Oh, Beldani.
Congratulations.
MVP. Congrats.
Mhm.
Congrats.
Thanks, everybody.
congrats.
Good job,
I need to
everyone.
go to bed. Thanks for the reminder, and have a nice evening. Look forward to the next week of this battle. It should be fun.
Yeah,
It's gonna be good.
go
I'm
from
excited.
5 weeks of downtime to just combat all the way.
Works for me.
Later.
I mean, we
Okay,
had
everyone.
5 months of combat before the downtime, so.
Sure, we're going back.
We got everything we needed to do. We bought a bunch of shit. Now we're in good shape. Now let's kill some stuff.
We're
I
working
made a
our
scratch on my
way
list.
towards the ancient tower to see what we can find. Alright, take care, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Taking some notes. making my way downtown. Is anyone still on Twitch? Looks like it's empty. Don't see anyone anyway. Oh. Am I even? Oh yeah, I think I'm transmitting. I hope so. Oh, whatever. Let's do some notes. Okay. Alright, night everybody. Hope you enjoyed the stream.